wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They
don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin. Hold to the show, man. Still to the songs with the show, and till then, his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side fly. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with viewing for free. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Howdy, everybody.
What?
So what? Howdy. Okay. Well, I didn't want to go with a full, uncomfortable with howdy,
Howdy, boy.
I'm nervous about that.
Hey,
I just give it a howdy.
so, yeah, I was just, you said, oh, you on today? I'm like, well,
I knew you were, but I just wanted to get you. We were actually starting on time today. So I was just like, we should let Leroy know. Because I know we usually feel like we have a grace period of like 10:04.
the JFig time.
Yeah. So I was just like, I should let Leroy know. We're, we might be ready to go. So what's going on, buddy? Long time no see.
Long time. Hey, no, don't worry. El Tobino filled in quite well.
I don't know.
So yeah, man, it's been okay. It rained all day Friday, so
aware.
I got soaking wet on the golf course. It was
on the
brutal.
golf course, yeah.
Right, and then
Was that a local thing, or did you go to the West Coast for this one?
No, it was here. He has it. It's Keith Byers. He has every year 2-day thing, same time of year.
Very cool.
Right, and then Monday I played in a charity scramble for a high school at Trump.
Oh.
And let me tell you, the money they put into LIV is unbelievable. They're building structures. They got music. It is phenomenal.
It looks like it. I'm seeing like a lot of advertisement for it all over the place.
It's crazy. So to see it up close, to see all the little, like, when you watch a golf tournament, right? They always have like, the corporate, the sponsors, suites and stuff like that around the golf, usually around 9 or 18, or like if you do the one in Arizona, they do the one hole, the 16th hole, where it's almost like a little stadium.
Mm-hmm.
But they build all this stuff. And so you're thinking, well, LIV Golf is not as, big as the PGA Tour, or it's not as many golfers, or they're in shorts and they have like a DJ going during the tournament, and it's a team event and an individual event. Dude, the money they put into this is crazy.
It sounds like it, dude. It sounds like it. Let's get to some headlines here, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
We got another rule change. I got another rule change here.
Hey,
NFL.
I can explain it.
You talked about the. Do you want me to give you the new one? Because I don't know what
the kickoff.
Okay. Well, the new kickoff rule has been approved by the NFL. I'll give everybody a little graphic here. This is from Jeff Darlington's Twitter account, but just to kind of give everybody a looky-loo at what it might be for our video audience here, because we're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Right. Go ahead, Leroy, explain.
So the receiving team will line up at the 40. Is that right? Who's the kickoff and who's the receiving team?
Blue is kickoff.
Okay. The receiving team will line up at the 35, which is about where they normally line up. The kicking team will move up to the 40. So there's only 5 yards in between. The kicker will kick the ball. If it goes out of the end zone, now here's where I'm not sure. If it goes Out of the end zone, they get the ball on the 35.
Yes. If they kick it straight to the end zone.
Straight to the end zone, they get it on 35.
Yes.
If they kick it and it hits the ground, it's in play.
It's
if
in
they-
play.
And here's the deal. Nobody can move until the football hits something, whether it's the field, whether the receiver catches it. So what they're doing is they're trying to promote returns while trying to avoid the collisions.
Because it's been a colossal waste of time. There's only been returns apparently on like 20% since they've
so they
changed the
just kick it
rule.
out of the back of the end zone and you get it on the they say that's good. But if you notice, at certain parts of the game, they would purposely kick it short, right? So the kicker would return it. And for reasons I can't explain, they would never get back to the 20, right? You couldn't return it. And then they had the rule where you could fair catch it and you get it on 25. I don't know if that's college, I think.
You can't. There's no more fair catches.
There's no more fair catches.
You can't fair catch it in this anymore. You have to be returned. So the returner
as soon as it crosses the goal line, it's
dead. No, once it crosses the goal line, if it rolls into the goal line, it goes. It's a 20-yard touchback.
It gets to a 20.
Straight kick it into the end zone, 35.
Right.
But there's this thing called the target zone. They adopted this from the XFL, which I don't know.
Well, you know what? Here, don't just dismiss what these other leagues have done.
Oh, I'm not dismissing it. I'm just letting everyone know.
A lot of the stuff that you see as far as technology
XFL
has come from the XFL.
Mm-hmm. No, the sky cam, all that stuff.
The sky cam, the pylon camera. That stuff has come from the XFL. So let's not just dismiss what these other leagues are doing.
Yeah, so they have this thing called the target zone that you have to kick it into. And like Leroy said, nobody can move till somebody touches the ball or touches the ground, or you have to stay still. Everyone's going to be away from the kicker. And I got to be honest with you, for the team with some of the fastest players in the league, DeVante Parker,
right.
Exciting, dude.
Here's the problem though, right? Here's what you eliminated on the kickoff: the surprise onside kick.
I know,
but because when you have to announce you're having an onside kick, and then it moves back to original lineup.
Yeah,
but what they do is you can split them up, so you can go 6-4 instead of 5-5. You can go 6-4. But here's the deal, and I never agree with this dude. But I agree with him in this, and that's Bart Scott.
Oh, wow.
Football is a game of surprises, right? If you have to announce what the hell you're going to do, what's the point?
I think the only thing I would say is
because of the way they line up, you have to do it. You can't kick an onside kick from back there.
Right. Well, they're trying to they want to do all these rules. They want to make action on the kickoff, but try and still eliminate people getting, blown up. But the one thing I would say is you still do have the onside kicks at end of games that at least now you could split up the lineups a little bit. Maybe you have a better chance, because they were saying like 5% of onside kicks actually work. It'll
still be the same thing, because you keep in mind, and this is what I used to enjoy about it. There was a point in time where you would put like offensive linemen in the front of that line to kind of slow these guys down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a surprise onside kick, and the big uglies are the ones trying to get on the ball. Surprise! That's a surprise. When you say I'm onside kick and then he move all the little people, the people that have better hands than the kickoff team, that's not a surprise. So
yeah, look, Sean Payton will go down. He's got the last important onside kick. Surprise.
Right. Made a whole career off of that thing.
Still is rolling. Still is there.
So I like it. I think it'll bring here. I hated the fact that you eliminated a part of the game that a lot of teams used. Because if you have good special teams and good return teams, right? That's a benefit to you. That's something you have that everybody else doesn't have. And so you can use that to your advantage. The way the kickoff has been, you basically eliminated it. So teams that were able to flourish in that part of the game, they just tell the kicker, kick it out of the end zone. And then you had no return. Or you have guys trying to return it 7 yards deep. And for reasons I can't explain, every time they returned the ball out of the end zone, they got to the 9.
Yeah.
So it's a weird dynamic. But this almost makes the kicker pooch kick it. So there's a return. And I'm more than sure all these players, all these teams are going to think this. We're already on the 40. If he kicks it high enough and catches it, we can still get him inside the 20 or whatever. And the kickoff team is thinking, if we can create a crease, so what you're going to see is they're going to line up here and they're going to do it almost like a blocking scheme. Somebody's going to cross, somebody's going to come around and try to create a space in that line because it's right there. And now you're going to have I promise you, I'm going to say this right now. This rule is currently constructed. There will be more returns for touchdowns
I'm
than
excited.
there's ever been in a long time.
And that's what's exciting if you're a Dolphin fan, I think, because you got a lot of speed back there that you could. I don't think they'll put Tyreek back there, but I mean,
Nah.
Achan.
Yep.
Maybe.
Well, if he can stay healthy.
Well, I mean, let's science.
You don't have faith in our boy Braxton? You don't think,
Braxton too. Braxton's
Braxton.
Braxton too. But
That's his thing. That's his thing.
Okay.
Hey, can I just say this?
Sold already.
You can put 2 guys back there. I think.
Yeah.
No.
I think you can.
Why would you don't need to? Why not have another blocker?
I understand, but you can do it.
But you can't. Where the ball's being kicked, you can't kick it away from the kicker. Therefore, you don't need 2 of them.
You can still put 2 back there.
No, you can't.
I'm just saying.
But if you put,
I love the way you guys have a conversation. I love the way you guys have a conversation with me, and I'm telling you what the point of having 2 guys back there was. And now you can't do it. What's the point in having a wasted body back there?
well,
So you put Achan here, you clowns. You put Achan and Barrios back there, and now you lose a blocker.
Yeah, but Achan only need 1 blocker.
That's true.
He only need 1 blocker.
1 cut, go.
Oh my God! Welcome back, Leroy. Yeah, I'm telling you what. Which one of you guys need to put on the hair, the bowl cut, and you could be Dumb and Dumber. Because I'm just telling you.
Why can't all you need is 1?
All you need is 1 returner.
Okay, but you admit. I mean, you've been a part of these special teams before. There's always 1 guy who's not doing nothing,
That's
right?
true.
He's just running around.
Yeah.
He's not. It's some idiots blocking somebody in the back. So if I take one of the idiots,
no,
and I make him
again, that's the equivalent to saying it's 3rd and short. Let's go 5 wides, and not use a tackle, and just put a running back there. It makes no sense.
What are you gonna run right now? Sounds like a good play.
No, you're not gonna run. You're not gonna run nothing.
Achan doesn't need an extra blocker.
That's true.
1 cut, gone.
Okay, till somebody smashes him on the 10, and then you go say, "Why you got 2 guys back there? You don't need them."
We'll take a quick break. Lots to get to here on the show. Tommy Hutton, he's going to join us this hour. We got Marlins opening day just around the corner. He'll tell us not to quibble. We're back with more after this.
WQ
with you. Hey, our Dave and Buster's gift card giveaway is back. Got your chance to win a $250 gift card that you can win to see the tournament, the Heat, the Panthers, and more. To enter, go to WQM.com/contest. Dave and Buster's eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave and Buster's in Hollywood.
Hey, can I something about March Madness?
Yes.
I found myself watching the women's games more than the men's games.
That's
Am
what
I
everybody's
alone?
saying, man. No. I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not watching either, but I've heard that buzz around. There's more people that everybody knows between between the stars of Caitlin Clark.
Reese, Juju. Yeah, they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
Games are.
Caitlin Clark was talking it. She's like, we know you guys are more interested in the women's game than the men's game. She's right. She might be right. There's definitely, there's something about it for sure. I mean, her ratings,
the backstories.
Yeah, her ratings have been monsters.
Right.
And then of course you have the Kim Mulkey thing that's going around too with her whole drama.
Did that report ever come out?
I don't think it has yet. I don't think it has yet. So I'm not sure.
Dan was saying that there's no way she can do anything.
What does that mean?
That she could sue them because the Washington Post, if they, with all the lawyers and stuff like that,
she can't sue them.
Yeah, there's no way that story comes out.
She could sue them, but she ain't gonna win.
What was? Well, no one knows even. I guess. I was gonna say, what is the story about? But
we don't know.
That's the premise of it.
Like, we don't know.
What's she so damn nervous about?
Well, when you lash out like that,
now we want to know.
It's true.
Here's what I would say about where college sports is versus where it was. All right. When in the days you went to a university, that head coach was the voice of authority, right? When you went there, you trust that that person was going to put you in the best spot to succeed, and you just followed blindly. You may get yelled at. You may get cussed at. You may get pushed, but it was all for the idea that I want you to be the best player that you can be. So as football goes, you never made anything of it, right? Then it changed with NIL, with transfer portal, with being able to sue universities or what have you, that these older coaches, these coaches that have been in it for a while, those old ways of doing things mean something different now. Kids are more sensitive. Things affect them anymore. I once told a coach, do what you can. I'm from New Orleans. You can't break me. That stuff didn't bother me. But it's not like that anymore.
I have a hard time believing this report would just have to be just her being hard on players. It's got to be something more. I mean, we've already had all the extremes of one dude put a kid in a shed one time. What could we have in this day and age where you'd be like, oh, that was a little too rough as far as just coaches? Like there's got to be something more salacious.
Dude, I know, but dude, you would be amazed at some of the things that coaches have done that are a no-no now. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know what the story is. And that's the thing. Now everybody wants to know what the story is. If she wouldn't have said that, nobody would have cared. Right? And here's the other thing. I always have a problem with this is a big story because the women's game is big now. Where if it was status quo in the men, everybody was concentrating on the men, this women's story would be nothing. You see what I mean?
That's okay, but that doesn't make that's the thing where we don't know what the story is because it doesn't make it any less.
Right, we don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Listen, I
think that was kind of her point of like, oh well, why are you guys releasing? It's like, well, that's anybody. Like any story is going to grab more eyeballs normally when something's starting up. They've done that in every other league. That's not a thing exclusive to just the women's tournament. They do that all over the place with if a baseball season is starting. Hell, look what Shohei Ohtani's going through right now.
Right.
Way.
We're still trying to figure out what the hell
Damage
the story is, right?
Well, apparently, according to him, now $4 million just went whoopsie. I don't know. New translators got to be like, oh man.
Well, I would say this. It went from I was covering for a friend, right? To something else, to he stole the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So,
unbeknownst to me, $4.5 million. Gone.
You'd be amazed, man, how many people get money stole trusting the people while they do their job. Right? That's not unheard of.
This is kind of unheard of, though. Like gambling debts and bookies and
well, no, that part of it is
giving a line of credit. That is I'm not talking. We're not talking about an investment here. We're talking about gambling debt.
We're talking about a guy who makes $80 or $65,000 getting a $4.5 million credit line with a bookie. That portion of it is like,
and also
like you can't, dude. Let me explain something to you. And I know that there's still some shady characters in the betting game,
sure,
right? But let's think of it this way: if he would have went to buy a house, right? The only way he could get that house is if Shohei co-signed.
Of course.
So, how is he able to get a $4.5 million credit line unless Shohei had something to do with it? Right? If maybe he wasn't making the bets, but maybe he gave and then the guy said, "Oh, I'm in the hole," and Shohei said, tough. I don't know.
Yeah, it's and the other thing too is, that I find interesting is, California is not happy with what Shohei Ohtani did with this whole, kick the can down on your salary thing. And now all of a sudden there's something where like, oh, the IRS is working on something. Hey, by the way, there's another big fish that's swimming around here with Shohei and money that's unaccounted for, when there's already some shenanigans happening with his salary getting punted down 10 years after his career. So
why? Because California want that money now?
Yeah, dude. You don't think that has something to do with it?
Here. I would have a problem with it if this was unique to baseball. But New York didn't have a problem with who's the Met who
Bobby
Bonilla, who finally got his last check a couple of years ago.
Bobby got interest on his money,
But,
like
okay.
Bobby, but like Shohei just like they did a shell game here, and then they got to get another couple of $300 million pitchers.
And
it's bull bleep.
But again, it's your contract. How you get paid is up to your negotiators and what have you.
We will talk to a great negotiator of word and baseball.
No, he's
Tommy
Hutton negotiate with us.
Tommy Hutton. He's going to join us next.
Of Tobin and Leroy is sponsored
Odyssey app and made WQAM your favorite station? Do it. Listen to us live or on demand and use the rewind feature to go back and listen to any part of any shows you might have missed.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM.
Why are we all wearing black shirts? I didn't get the memo.
But yours is kind of like faded black. What are you wearing right now?
It's black.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you did get the memo then. You got Heat and Warriors tonight as a big one for both teams. Miami Heat looking to keep it going as they won in convincing fashion against the Cavaliers.
Needed one of those.
We got the Panthers and Bruins tonight at 7 o'clock at the top of the Eastern Conference, and we are just a mere days away from opening day. We will be out there at Lone Depot Park. Marlins and Pirates to start the year. 4:10 is your first pitch. Jesus Luzardo on the hill, the hometown kid getting a chance to get it going.
I like him. We talked to him. I like him.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He's a good kid. Had a great year last year, and very excited.
You think it's different having the? Well, I asked Tommy.
Yeah, we'll ask Tommy. So let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. The great Tommy Hutton there. He joins us on the guest line as you got Bally Sports Florida. They begin their coverage of this Marlins season. You will be your home for Marlins baseball all year. And Tommy, Paul Steverino, and the entire crew, Ron Allen, everybody there, Craig Minervini, they all do a fantastic job of covering your Marlins. And so let's bring Tommy along here. Tommy, you got us?
I got you guys. I like the lead-in music. Me and Leroy down by the schoolyard. I like that.
Tommy, before we get into the Marlins here, the Shohei Ohtani thing is obviously taken on a life of its own. What's your reaction to just everything going on around Ohtani and the story here, and what do you think is I guess going to be the fallout of this?
Well, I think obviously because it is Shohei Ohtani and what he represents to not only the Dodgers but to the game of baseball with the huge contract and with what he can do, it's very interesting and it's attracted a lot of attention. I got to kind of let it run out and see how things go. I have to believe him. I listened to some of the press conference he had yesterday. You got to believe that he did not know. Yet a part of your brain says he's known this guy for 6 years. Some part of me says he did know, but I don't think he personally did any betting. Just from what I have heard about him, he's so focused on baseball. He's so focused on wanting to be the best player ever. So we'll see how it plays out. It's just brought a lot of negative attention, I guess, to the Dodgers, who are expected by most to win out west, certainly.
This spring, there's been a couple of cool stories, but seeing Sixto Sanchez make the club after, the shoulder injury, so excited to trade for him in that Real Muto deal, and then, is dealing with everything that he dealt with. What do you think are fair expectations for Sixto? Because, man, such a highly touted arm, but you don't know after missing that much time. What do you think the Marlins fan can expect from him and what he's going to bring to the table?
Well, I know one thing, and listening to Skip Schumacher talk about him, they love his demeanor on the mound when he goes into games. And you think about it, he had a perfect spring. He didn't allow an earned run in spring training in 9 innings. I think what has happened, all of a sudden, he's realized with the shoulder issues he's had over the years, the last couple of years, that he finally realized that he can let go and he can let loose. And right now, nothing's going to happen. And he feels good. The velocity's up, the slider, the changeup. So I'd look for him out of the bullpen, 6th, 7th inning maybe, to break him in and see how things go at that point. But it was great to see what he did in the spring. And certainly he was one of the bright spots of camp.
Tommy, I have a question about Luzardo. Is it Luzardo, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
He so he's going to be the opening day starter.
Yes.
Is there a big difference? Because look, he had an amazing year last year, but it was kind of, Sandy's thing, right? Now he's kind of stepping into that role. Is there any more pressure on, say, a pitcher that has now had to take over or assume that role of a guy that you knew was going to have it if he was healthy, and now you got to fill those shoes? Or you just go out and kind of, we talked to him, he just said, I'm going to do me. But there has to be some pressure on him, right? Because everybody's expecting you to kind of come in and be what Sandy was.
Yeah, I think we all know in a perfect world, if Sandy Alcantara was healthy, he'd be starting opening day. I believe he had four straight of those. If you're Jesus Luzardo, you have to just say, okay, this is a start. It is special because it's opening day. Mm-hmm. It's in the ballpark of a team that he rooted for as a kid. So he's going to have to try to put that aside and throw the ball the way he did last year. You mentioned his record, ERA around 3.5. He had over 30 starts. He was extremely solid. His spring training was okay, but that's, you don't look too much at that. And you just hope he approaches it as a start against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The other thing about starting opening day is that a lot of times, because of the way the schedule goes, you get matched up all the time with the other team's ace as well. Mm-hmm. So it makes it tough. Doesn't always happen that way because of off days, but a lot of times you do get stuck with that other team's ace.
How frustrating do you think the spring was for Skip because of all these nagging injuries that hit what people thought was going to be the projected rotation, like with Yuri and Braxton dealing with what they're dealing with and Cabrera, and you have to just kind of make this pivot. Do you think that maybe it's an easier thing to deal with because it is the start of the year, or does it make it tougher? Because like usually in spring, you're expecting your plans to kind of play out normally and injuries will come along during the year. So how tough a challenge do you think this is for Skip, that he's got to immediately go to, all right, we thought this was going to be the rotation. Now we're going in a different place.
Yeah. What are they, what's the great quote? Best laid plans. Didn't always work out, doesn't always work out, but that's why you have to try to have some depth. And we've talked over the years, last couple especially, of the depth the Marlins have in starting pitching. So at least with those guys out, the ones you mentioned, Yuri and Cabrera, I believe Braxton Garrett will be back before those two. He's starting to throw some bullpens and throw some BP. So I think he probably would be back first of those three. But it makes you feel good that in watching A.J. Puck, who has transferred from a bullpen role to a starter, watching him in the spring, he was tremendous. Ryan Weathers had an outstanding spring, and to see him pitch. And then Trevor Rogers as well, threw the ball well and threw the ball healthy. That's good. And the other thing I was happy to see, Skip Schumacher and the organization announce Max Meyer would be the 5th starter of the year. So he's had a little taste of the big leagues, but of course coming off Tommy John surgery. But again, he's got that same stuff inside of him that Sixto Sanchez has, and the organization likes that.
Tommy, this team, if at the end of the year, we're going to say this team won because of their pitching, correct? It's not going to be because they're going to be able to outscore, even though they do have some pop, they're going to rely more on their pitching, and that pitching staff is going to carry this team. Is that an accurate assessment?
I could go there, or I could go this team won because Jazz Chisholm Jr. stayed healthy for 150 games. How about that?
I know. It has it. I mean, it happened his first year. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to put it all on Jazz either. Yeah, but it would be nice to see him healthy for a good amount, 140 games, whatever. But you're right. If the pitching, if the guys that are in the rotation right now hang in there and throw the ball well, then it's almost like you have reserves coming in who actually have more credibility than the guys that are starting the season. So if you could do that and then bring in an Edward Cabrera, you don't have to rush the guys that have injuries, and you don't have to rush a Yuri Perez. You don't have to rush a Braxton Garrett. So that's what you like to see. But then the good news is when those guys come back, you've got a really solid pitching staff.
What'd you make of Jazz's comments last week, Tommy, where he, seems to like the clubhouse dynamic a lot more now than when he was the young guy and some of the veterans he felt, I guess, picked on or didn't like the dynamic there. Do you think there's something to that Jazz is in a happier place just because of the people that are in the clubhouse?
He probably is. For me, an old school guy, not crazy about a lot of his comments and throwing former teammates under the bus. It's stuff that you just don't like to see. But if Jazz feels more comfortable in the clubhouse, if he feels it's a better clubhouse, then who knows? Maybe he'll have a better year.
Tommy, I do have, and I heard the comments, and I have more of a reason behind it that people really don't realize. When you're a young player in a locker room, they want you to be seen and not heard. Jazz has never been that guy. That's just his personality. So maybe he rubbed a lot of the veterans the wrong way. Now that these young guys are coming into the locker room, they almost look up to him so that he doesn't have that same type, of interaction with other players on the team. And so that's why I think it has nothing to do with Jazz. It has nothing to do with the other players. It's just that young player going in locker room, the older guys, the old heads want that guy to be seen and not heard, and maybe not as boisterous as Jazz has and always will be.
Yeah, I agree. It's a total generational thing because there are fewer guys that are seen and not heard in today's game, and that's just the way it is. And as I said, it's a generational thing. I can recall the first time I was called up to the Dodgers, and I sat there and didn't say a peep because I didn't want to, because that's the way I was taught, and that's the way it was back then. You, as the old saying goes, you spoke when you were spoken to. Yep. And it's different now. And so hopefully, again, if all of this works for Jazz and he stays healthy, then so be it. It'll be a better clubhouse and he'll have a good year.
We were talking to Peter Bendix last week, Tommy, and a very interesting dude. Excited to see what he brings to the organization. But he seems to think like Tim Anderson still has something in the tank. What if they get the guy that he was a couple of years ago, what does that change for this team and their outlook for the year?
Well, it's tremendous. I mean, it was a topic of conversation all off season. Who's going to play shortstop? And for a long time, John Birdie was the guy, but John Birdie is best suited coming in and playing all different positions and getting his 300 or 400 at bats. But to have a guy, a former batting champ, a guy who prior to last year had 4 consecutive seasons hitting over 300. He's a solid shortstop. He's not great. He's not bad, but his hitting ability is tremendous. He doesn't walk much. Between Arise and Tim Anderson, 2 guys up the middle, by the way. You talk about a shortstop second base combo who I think are going to put together a ton of base hits this year. Neither one walks a whole lot. So they go up there, swing the bat, and I think Tim Anderson has something to prove for himself personally because of the disappointing season he had last year. So I think he's going to be solid. I'm actually interested to see where Skip Schumacher hits him in the lineup. He hadn't really said. He might hit him second. He might hit him more down 5th or 6th.
Is that like that? You can't have those 2 guys hitting near each other, right?
Well, that's why I think that, because if you'd love to have those 2 guys first and second. If one of them walked a little bit more, but because they're both such free swingers, you probably want to split them up. So I would guess he'll probably he did it a few times in spring training. He had Josh Bell hitting in the number 2 spot. So we'll see what he does for opening day.
Tommy Hutton, you guys can hear him this season on Bally Sports Florida with Paul Severino. Whole crew there do a fantastic job. Tommy, we can't wait for the year, man. Thank you so much for the time.
Thanks, Tommy. No quibbling today.
No quibbling today, man.
No. You guys are starting to learn the game a little bit. So Hey, always good to talk to you guys.
Thanks,
There
Tommy.
you go. Tommy Hutton. We appreciate him hopping on with us
Hey,
there.
that is a recipe for disaster. Two guys who never walk,
Well, we'll see.
batting
Yeah.
back to back.
Well, yeah. Well, listen. That
Wait, think about this.
well, the thing with
Wait,
the rise is
Jazz gets on base, and you got not only two guys who don't walk or strike out, you got two guys who make contact.
yeah.
So
Well,
that's two chances for a double play.
the thing with the rise though is like he's very good at hitting and getting on. Like,
Right. Right. So
you
I would almost go Arias second or Josh Bell and Arias third, and then move Anderson farther down. So at least you still like kind of clean up the cleanup. So fifth or sixth. So at least you know you're going to be able to get a ball in play.
Well, we appreciate Tommy giving us some time. We'll be live from opening day, Lone Depot Park on
By the way,
Thursday.
Thursday. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thursday.
you. I was just confirming because, I haven't missed anything, but like sometimes the messages get a little, lost.
Yeah, I got you, buddy. All right, we'll take a break. Back with more to this.
Previously on
Tobin and Leroy.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour two of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you as the show rolls on. Let's get to our headlines here, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks. Hey, over under 4. The amount of times we started segments on time. When you were gone.
Under, dude. Under. We've been pretty good on time today, but that's only because Tommy was coming on, so I was trying to be reasonable with our clock.
Hey, all we can see in the private chat, break, please break.
Who was sending that?
Jennifer.
When is she the break police all of a sudden?
Oh, dude. Every time you're out, she's the break police. For sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. No one respects the clock more than J Fig.
She does? I didn't think of her as a clock respecter.
And to her, in her defense, we do break the clock very horribly.
Oh,
we do mistreat it. But she is definitely the break police.
Interesting.
Definitely,
well,
sure.
she'll answer for her crimes, I guess, in the 12 o'clock hour. You know, whenever whatever segment she decides to roll in, we will ask J Fig why she is Why are you giving me -1, J Fig?
Oh, you see,
I don't understand. I wasn't the one who called you the break police.
She's a break police and also guilty of taking breaks.
All right, headlines here. Miami Heat back on the hardwood tonight against the Golden State Warriors. 7:30.
How we feeling?
From the Kaseya Center. Coverage begins at 6:15 with preheat. The big news, Leroy.
Everybody's healthy.
Well, no. He's adorable. I want to pinch everybody's
healthy. That would be the only good news.
Well, somebody's healthy. Kevin Love.
Love. Hey, listen. You guys underestimate his value to this team. I do not.
He is
it's something like you can't explain it, but when he's out there, things have a little more flow.
Little juice. Yeah,
right.
Little juice when Kevin Love's out there. Remember the game? It was the game not the game he got injured, but the game before he got hurt. He had like 19 points in 15 minutes.
Right.
So I'm excited.
4 or 5 threes or something like that.
Yeah,
he's
he's
you're gonna get that.
Very excited. Kevin Love's missed the last 13 with a bruised heel. The Heat also are listing Jaime Jaquez, who missed the last game with an ankle injury. He's questionable, along with Caleb Martin, who's just got kind of everything hurt because he plays like
he's been the only. That dude's a kamikaze, right?
Yep.
If you tell me he needs a break from just exhaustion, I'm like, okay, take you a day, Caleb. Right? Because that dude is all over the basketball court. This team would be terrible without him. Like, I'm talking about especially this stretch, because he has been the energy on both sides of the ball.
Tyler remains out with right foot medial tendonitis.
Got to tell you, I'm starting to worry.
Oh, I've been worried.
And
when they told me he got an injection, I was like, oh,
that's what. Well, no, you give an injection, trying to get the swelling to go down, try to get it to a point where you can like do something.
But he was already out and then got the injection. They're like, we'll see in a couple weeks.
Because here's what they do: they identify what's wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
They take a course of action, After that period of time, hey, where are we with this? Not great. Then you got to take the next step, right? So, I mean, the fact that they said he got a shot and we're going to reevaluate in 2 weeks means that he's been booted for at least a month now.
Oh, dude, it's been rough. Duncan Robinson, he'll be out today. He's still dealing with his back left facet syndrome.
Don't know.
What the hell is going on?
They give
strangest
The Heat
injury.
used to. The Heat wanted. They were going anti-hockey, where they're like,
Oh, yeah.
hockey goes lower body, upper body, and the Heat are like, we're gonna go so specific. Yeah,
Hold on, let me see.
You won't know.
Hold on. What is it called?
Left
Hold on.
facet syndrome.
Left.
FACET.
I think they said it's like arthritis. and
F-A-
It's like his back. He's got a back injury.
Oh, here we go. Oh boy. I saw a word I don't like. Saw a word that I don't like. Right?
Hmm?
The
Take it easy. Take it easy.
Come
the
on now.
vertebral bodies are stacked one on top of another to form the entire structure of the spine. On each side of the vertebral bodies are tiny joints called facet joints.
It is
I'm just that was just the
a warm-up?
Yeah. Facet joint syndrome is a condition in which, here's the word, arthritic change and inflammation occur, and the nerves to the facet joints convey severe and diffuse pain.
Oof.
Right.
Also, his back hurts.
Yes, his back hurts from
Wait. You two jackasses.
That's
I
it.
just read what it was.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And you go, oh, so his back hurts. He's got some back pain.
His back hurts.
His back hurts. Dude. So I would say there's some inflammation and it's causing pain. Because the thing with back inflammation is it puts pressure on all the nerves and stuff and the vertebrae because there's a tight area in there, right? So you got to let that settle down.
Meanwhile, Panthers, big game tonight against the Boston Bruins. 7 o'clock.
I am not a doctor, but I did stay at Holiday Inn last night.
Let's see. Let's see if I could get a Panthers.
They have a couple of guys out too, but different scenarios, right? Like they're just being cautious with certain guys on their team because we're in the final 11-game stretch. The Heat can't afford to do that, so these guys are really hurt.
It looks like they're getting everybody back tonight. It says Gustav Forsling, Ekblad were in normal practice gear. And
in
Barkov,
normal practice gear does not mean they were.
they have non-contact jerseys and things like that.
Okay.
Kind of like
okay, I got you. Wow.
And then Barkov is also on the ice. So it seems like the Panthers are getting everybody in back in the fold today. So that's really good news for this game against the Bruins. So we got that. Meanwhile, Dolphins owners meetings going on right now. Leroy, all the buzz yesterday was this tackle they outlawed, the hip drop.
Yeah.
A lot of deep. Jevon Holland's not happy. He said,
well, you know why? Because he wants to be able to tackle like he's tackling a cow, right? Like when they do the little calf tackle.
Yeah.
When they rope them and then drag them down. Yeah, right. They want to be able to do that, right? But here's the deal. This hasn't been a one-sided rule change because it all started when the offensive players can't crack back. So that means as a defensive player, you can run scot-free around the field and not have to keep your head on a swivel. So when you start with that rule, you got to kind of try to even things out. Okay, so what are some things that are happening to the offensive players? So I get it. I get why Jevon Holland is upset because let's be clear. When you are tackling a guy, you're just trying to get his ass on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
There's no, you're not thinking about how, you're just getting him on the ground. But I will say this, is jumping on a guy's back and riding him and pulling him down like you do cattle, that's just as bad as a horse collar, if not worse. Because now you have your whole weight on the play because you jump him and ride him and then pull him back. You see what I'm saying? So from that standpoint, I get it.
I think it's one of those two. I think what people are upset about is like, what does the defense do if a guy gets by? Can you chase down anybody anymore?
Yeah. You can jump on his back. It's not here. It's not the jumping on the back part. So if I can explain this, it's not the jumping on the back part. It's then when you take all of your weight and go like this, almost like a pile drive. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at all these plays, it's that portion of it that's the problem. Not the you jumping on his back and bringing him to the ground, but the fact that you then take all of your weight, swing your legs forward, and pull him back. That's the part of it that becomes illegal. So for guys to think they still can't come behind and tackle him, no, you just can't do that. But I say, okay, let's make it all legal. Let's make it, that's fine. What happened to Nick Chubb? You can do that, right? Don't stand around the pile, count and change. Your ass gonna get cleaned out too.
Wait, what?
Right? No, you know when the defensive guys come and start counting they change, and then the offensive player come pick them off, right?
That's football talk, Tobin. You don't know that.
Why
man.
do they
Don't worry
have
about
money in
that.
their pockets?
No, we're counting change, dude. Football.
Don't stand. Never mind. It's a football
Man.
saying.
You don't get it,
Who
dude.
still has change? Are you keeping like the only place I have change
Oh
is in
my
the
God.
Oh,
I'm
Jesus.
dealing with idiots.
Get out of here.
I don't
So,
understand.
so anyway, so how about when
Salvation
the play?
Army?
Wait, how about when you chasing the play and somebody peel back and knock and clean you out?
Clean your
Can't do that
clock.
no more.
That's what we say in football. Football.
I used to look forward to those plays because I got hit so much
Mm.
that you best believe.
You want to get yours.
Yeah. So I can't do that. So that's fine. Listen, don't tell me I'm your brother. And then when they come up with a way of you not, because unlike Jevon Holland, if I get the wrong knee injury as a running back, my career is damn near over. Right? So, I get it. I understand what he's saying. And they make it sound like it's so dramatic. But I just explained to you what they can't do. It's not the jumping on the back and tackling the person. It's that other move where you swing forward, pull him back, and he falls back and his knees buckle underneath you. That's the problem. I get he's doing everything he can, and that ain't even a good illustration, right? That's not, see, what happens is, you see his legs? While you swing around like that, his legs get caught underneath your body.
Yeah, the ones I think where you're really dragging a guy down with your legs under him. I mean, there's other versions of it. Like
there's other versions of it, but everybody gets an idea of what I'm talking about.
Like
That's
what
the
happened?
illegal part.
I don't even know if like that's what happened. Like remember what happened with Tua on his concussions? He got suplexed, basically.
Right, he got suplexed. Right, he just got taken. Boom. Right.
But that was pretty. I mean, that was really brutal, and that happened to him a couple of times. And then the Tyreek thing was a little different because he kind of face planted on the with the guy riding him, but that also messed him up.
But again, that's so keep in mind when somebody runs past you, and I get this from a defensive side of the ball. When somebody runs past you, your last ditch effort, and here's what I would say: your coach, your teammates. When that guy's going by, they don't care if it's a 15-yard penalty. Don't let him score. I get that. Okay? But when we've taken away a lot of the stuff that made all this equal, right? Then you got to take away that too, right? And that is just an extension of the horse collar. Believe it or not, jumping on a guy's back and wrangling him down like cattle. The only thing that's different between this and a horse collar is you don't grab the horse collar, but you're doing the same thing. And in effect, the same injuries are occurring from this tackle as they were from the horse collar.
We have a Crowd of the Goat who's very mad at you.
Me?
Yep. He says,
care.
wow, spoken like an offensive guy, 1 for the D,
No.
88 for the
Wow.
offense.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. I got more. We got more. Makes tackling a guy from behind impossible.
No, it doesn't.
And he says,
Yeah.
can't believe he tried to compare no crackbacks to the 900 rules against the D.
Wow.
No,
Madness.
There are no 900 rules against the D.
I mean, there's a lot of different rules against the
No,
defense.
there's not.
You can't hit high. You can't hit low. You can't.
But we
drag
can't
down,
wait.
you can't
But
force
wait, from
foul
the
it.
offensive side of the ball,
Yeah.
you can only hit a defender when he's looking at you.
Hmm.
Think about that.
But offense,
You can't get tackled if the guy's looking at you.
most of the time on offense, like the guys with the ball, they're not going to hit anybody. Like it's like you got to stop the guy with the ball.
Yeah. True.
Wait, did I not start this off by explaining everything that I had to say about it? I get Jevon Holland is mad because that's just a way they can't tackle. But I also told you what the issue was with that tackle. You can still tackle somebody from behind, but do you have to do like cattle and take him and pull him back? That's the part. Like I don't know what everybody has a problem with. And keep in mind, I didn't play under those conditions. I didn't have a problem with any tackle that I got. I didn't have a problem when I got hurt when I got tackled. Them's the breaks. Okay? But I look forward to, guess what? Oh, I remember this guy almost knocked my teeth out. Oh, he's running around. I got a chance to peel back and get one. Right? You took that away. So I get why everybody, but why don't you try, instead of being Leroy No Fun League and Leroy doesn't like fun and the defense can't tackle and 900 rules for the offense, why didn't you try to listen to what I was saying and the part of the rule that actually should be in place? Okay? Because if you're going to take out the horse collar, and that means jumping and diving and pulling the guy back, right? The same injuries are occurring when you grab his shoulders and pull him back like that. The same, in theory, it's the same tackle.
Of course, you'd say that.
Yeah, Mr. Offense over here.
There's a guy who's never been tackled in his life.
Running backs.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go again.
While these guys are counting their change.
But by the way, you best believe if that happened to Waddle or Tyreek, you guys will flip the blank out.
It did basically. It did happen.
They're in the Tennessee game.
The Tennessee game.
So again, why would you have a problem with it?
It's kind of like the old thing is like, can you take the football out of football? You know what I mean?
That's not.
It's getting soft.
You know?
All right. It's getting soft.
You got to have to know that things are going to happen. What are you supposed to do?
Okay.
Do I want to live in a league where Jalen Phillips breathes on a quarterback and then all of a sudden, rough for the passer?
Yeah. I'd like less of that.
You
Is
know?
that possible? You can have the hip drop if I can get a little bit more.
What are you supposed to be? I mean, like Jevon Holland, all he's trying to say is, I'm not a matador, dude. What do you want me out here with a red cape and let him go by? Ole.
Gotta be a technician.
No. How are you supposed to rain the bull down if you can't put a sword between his shoulders? You know what I mean?
That was terrible.
Minus
Minus one. That was absolutely terrible. Hurry up.
-1.
That was terrible.
Was that an
It says Leroy's pads when he got tackled, it was a Clydesdale collar.
Big
horse.
All right. You guys act like I was the only one wearing pads like that.
Dude,
No, go pull
pads.
up. Wait. Go pull up 90s football. All running backs had pads.
We have done this 100 times, and you have an inordinate big shoulder pad. Even Bernie Kosar said so.
It was you, Mike Allstott, and I can't even.
Oh, Mike Allstott, that was a collar. Oh, that guy had a collar.
That was crazy.
But yeah, so it's not. First of all, it's not as bad as you think, right? But it's an extension of the horse collar. That's all this is.
JJ Watt says just put flags on him already.
Really?
Wow.
That's what he says.
All right. All right.
A man who loves to tackle people, Mike McDaniel. We'll hear a little bit from the Dolphins head coach.
Loves to tackle the English language.
This
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you. We'll get a little damages done coming up later on this hour. Hey, I want to let you guys know we have another pair of Heat Knicks tickets to give away for April 2nd at the Kaseya Center. Just keep listening. We will give away that pair of tickets.
No New Yorkers.
Today. Yeah, no Margos.
Yes.
If they sound like this,
Yeah.
you hang up on them.
I will. You hear that, Richie?
Yeah. Richie's probably already got his tickets. He wants to see his Knicks get their ass kicked in person.
Yeah.
That's definitely what he's hoping for. Him and Ben Stiller.
Hey, can I just say this, Marcos?
Yes, sir.
After some time thinking about this,
Yes.
and I heard a couple of people talking about it,
Mm.
the different scenarios where this could be a plus.
Uh-oh.
I'm not against Odell Beckham anymore.
Ooh. But at the right price point, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, what do you think of the $7 million offer I had? Do you still think that's as crazy as your initial?
Yeah, that's a little bit much.
Okay. That's fine. We'll settle. We'll settle on the number. We'll figure out the number. But tell you,
Because
So I convinced you is what you're saying.
you had nothing to do with it. You weren't.
What do you mean? I
even
texted you. I texted you when you guys were talking about it.
No, that does not. What are you kidding me? You're gonna what?
Hold on. I texted you when you guys were talking about it.
Wait. Hold on. I got this. I barely listen to you when you're looking at me talking on the show. I'm gonna then listen to a text.
Oh, okay, dude.
The hell out of here. No, I heard some people talking about it.
Oh, you heard people?
People.
Not you.
Okay.
And here's the scenario that was presented to me that made me raise my eyebrows.
Mm.
Each of the last 2 years, you've had either a Jalen Waddle or a Tyreek Hill banged up. And those other guys who came in were not as reliable.
This is unbelievable. This is literally what I texted him. Literally what I texted
No,
it's
not.
literally what I texted you. It's literally what I texted you. You are a rat bastard. That is literally what I texted you last week. The whole reason I wanted it was to change the team's diet, and you want to ignore it.
That's what that meant.
That's what that meant.
Wait a minute. Oh, no. Let me read it. Let me read it.
Yeah.
Let me read it.
Making things up too.
Right. No, hold on.
Also piggybacking.
No, go ahead and read it, and then I want you to apologize after you get boxed in, because that was my exact point for the whole reason I wanted OBJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh no, hold on.
I have the text right here in front of me. Do you want me to?
No,
have it?
I do not.
Are you sure? Because I got him right there.
I would no. You can't read the text.
Can't trust
you cannot read the text because you
lie.
Well, I just got back the $500 tank top.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Just let me know when you get there.
I will.
It's a scrolling thing, you know.
All right. Just got through. Do they take layaway?
Do they? Do they take layaway?
All right. No, I don't have the text.
Okay.
Wait, I got a picture with you with the scariest Easter bunny ever.
Still above that. It's right above the picture of Snitchy Mouse at the OG.
Okay, here we go. Now,
Thursday.
No.
Okay.
No, you are not presenting this.
Okay.
So, me and Marcos had a conversation.
Yes.
Then I explained the conversation of, me like thinking it out and him saying, you know what? I've changed my mind, which is what a grown person would do.
That's not what you said.
No, I said, Marcos, I think I see,
No, that's not what you said when I texted this.
No. That was then. I'm talking about now. I brought it up.
Okay. Why don't you just
I'm the one that brought it up. Oh,
no. Here's what I'm upset about. But before you read my text, what I'm upset about is you just said, I heard some people say, and because Jalen Waddle and Tyreek get a little bit banged up.
Hold on.
I said,
Marcos.
I didn't say the same thing.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Marcos. Now, did you hear what I said?
Yep.
I said, right? I changed my mind because Tyreek and Jalen Waddle are always banged up, and you have a guy that can come in that the offense won't go into the tank. That's what I said. So I'm like, I've changed my mind on Odell Beckham. That's correct. I brought it up. Nobody convinced. I brought it up to you. Here's what his text says.
Yeah.
Cheetah's diet is going to have to change. Having to save him for December in playoffs. Jimmy Butler plan. That is not the same. How is that different?
No way.
How is that different?
Nope.
That is not the
you didn't
same.
mention Jalen Waddle.
How is that different?
No, because you're saying that you want to lessen his load. I'm saying that one of these two guys are always banged up or hurt. So now you have a guy coming in.
No, dude, you are a jokester right now.
No, it's
that
different.
is the same semantic samurai.
No, it's not.
No,
it's not. Marcos.
Same thing,
Marcos.
dude.
That is not the same.
Okay. That's not the same?
No.
So we're making such different points. Your point is, oh, well, if they are out, then we have a backup plan. My plan is give him a little bit less of a burden so he's healthy at the same time. It's the same.
No, it's not.
thing, dude. It's the same.
No, it's
thing.
not.
Okay.
I love the way. Wait.
I love the way
fact
I
Toby
had
can
that
say-
point a week
wait,
ago, and now you
Toby-
want to hop on
wait.
my bandwagon.
Well, you're
Toby
not
can
hopping
say-
on my point too. I just want you to know that.
That's why me and Marcos were having the conversation. That's why I
what I'm
brought it up to
saying,
Marcos.
dude. This is more of an A and B thing.
He
I don't
called you
understand.
stupid.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you say mean things in the heat of battle, and you forgive and move on.
I can't stand the fact.
But no,
Just-
wait.
you know what?
Listen, I could have kept my mouth shut
Hmm?
and not said anything.
Absolutely.
But for the purposes of being a damn adult, I brought it to Marcus' attention because
Very
I went
mature
after
you,
him.
Leroy.
So I brought it up to him to
So
say,
dumb.
hey, I heard some things. I changed my mind on it.
I
right?
respect it, Leroy.
And you brought up for the
you.
right fact. It's not the same.
It's the same thing, dude.
No,
the
it's not.
same thing.
You're trying to
It's the
save
same
him
thing.
so he won't get hurt. I'm saying that either him or Waddle will miss a couple of games, and now you have a backup plan that can work.
Okay, it's the same though. We're talking about
No,
the
it's
same
not.
thing. You want to act like
I
you
love the
stumbled
way-
upon some
You know
some
what?
great point. That's let me
How
ask
many
you
years?
something.
How
No,
many
let me
years?
ask you-
No.
let me
How
ask
many
you
years
something.
we've been doing this show?
No, let me
And
ask you
how many
something.
times have you said samesies and we actually said nothing alike?
Let me ask you something. Who did you hear? Whose point did you hear that you agreed with this point all of a sudden? Who was it? Who?
He's upset.
As I was in my car this morning and yesterday, I heard Joe Rose say,
Oh, come on!
Joe.
Joe says it,
Rose,
and
huh?
okay, so Joe says the same thing
Wow.
that
No,
I
no,
said,
no,
and then all of a sudden you're
Wait.
like, Joe makes a good point.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
I get it.
Wait a minute.
Why? Because you guys
So-
had hands in the dirt.
so let me get this
old
straight.
Doves can't say because I didn't
Wait.
play football.
because here's what you said.
That hurts.
Cheetah's diet is going to change?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the injury aspect of it. You're talking about the amount of plays he plays.
We're quibbling. I mean, it's the same
No.
thing.
Oh, it's
It's
not.
the same thing. You're essentially saying backup plan. I'm saying have the backup plan so your main plan is ready for when it matters. It's the same thing.
You can't. So let me ask you a question, just out of curiosity, because
Yeah. Mhm.
you know these things and I don't. You think that a person is less inclined to be banged up if he just simply plays less plays?
Save him, baby. Okay, dude. You know what? You want to know something? I just want to tell you personally, you hurt my feelings.
What?
Second of all,
You know.
you hurt my feelings.
And I want to tell you, stop lying to yourself.
No. I'm not lying
It's
to
not
myself.
the same.
I'm not lying to myself.
Marcos.
You right now,
Wait.
you want to listen to Joe Rose and his opinions? You go right ahead. Now they're my opinions, but that's okay. You
Wait.
do you.
Wait, Marcos.
Not even close to the same thing.
Right. Thank you.
Okay. You didn't even mention Jalen Waddle.
Because Jalen Waddle's going to stay healthy on his own. He's a child.
You're talking about Cheetah eating.
It's out more than Cheetah.
I know. That's on him.
What does this guy know? Never had his hand in the dirt. Am I right, Leroy?
Ridiculous.
Stop.
Sometimes when you're there with the defender,
You had all four of your hands on the lily pad and in the mud.
Okay, there's no need.
Dade South says it right. Leroy is a hand in the dirt floozy.
Hand.
No,
in
I'm
the-
not.
You want to know something? The last time this happened, I want to tell you something right now. Just because it's fine. I get it. You don't respect my football opinion. and
That's not
fine.
true.
That's
We
fine, that's
didn't
fine.
say the same
But-
thing.
No, we said the same thing. But it's fine. I just want to remember the last time this happened was Read the Toes. And who would agree with me? Maybe the greatest returner of all time. You
Can
know,
I
sometimes
just-
I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
You know what?
Hmm.
Do you realize every time I talk to him, he ends a call with, "I'm gonna just read those toes and get out of here." Right? Do you not understand that he knew that this would torture me? So I say, "All right, man, I'll talk to you later." Yeah, I'm gonna go read those toes. Right? Like that's his sign off now to mess with me. And you have taken this. You have taken this and tried to bury me with it. And I know my friend somewhere is laughing because he knows damn well.
Appropriately, the damage is done, my friend, is next.
Damage is done, my next time.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 here on the program. Backstabbing Leroy Horde and I back together as
Oh my
dude. Come on. Sensitive.
Wow.
not sensitive.
Super
This is
sensitive.
ridiculous. Oh, you know,
Wow.
Marcos, I heard a point.
Man.
Oh, you mean
Yeah,
the point that I texted you guys last
No,
week?
that is not the point. You texted, you knucklehead.
Okay, dude. All right.
That's not even close.
Cheetah's diet.
gonna
Like,
listen.
Anyway,
read
All right,
between
I'll
the
just, you know what?
lines.
I'll go find some dirt to put my hand in. Maybe
hey,
he'll listen.
before we get into some
Mm,
damage is done,
yes.
let me tell you a little bit about this amazing golf tournament that's
Tell
going
us,
on.
man. Tell us.
Oh, yeah.
Golf's boldest league is coming back to Miami from Friday, April 5th through Sunday, April 7th. That's next weekend, the weekend after Christmas. And now's your chance to be there. Catch LIV Golf at Doral Blue Monster and see John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, and Dustin Johnson take on one of the world's most fearsome golf courses with live DJs and a euphoric headline concert. Akon and Young Jeezy.
Wow.
Tickets are selling fast, so grab yours now at livegolf.com. That's LIVgolf.com. Not Young
you go.
Jeezy, but just Akon.
Looking
Let me tell
forward
you,
to
I was out there. Dude, they're building like it's amazing. I can't even explain it. I was shocked at the amount of structures going up. Pretty impressive.
when Brooks Koepka's there and we're doing the broadcast. Can I go, Eggplant?
Please.
Or traffic cone.
Traffic cone! Guy loves the Panthers, Brooks Koepka.
He'll probably go turn it upside down and fill it with money. That's me.
All right. I'll get to my damage is done. Yesterday, Shohei Ohtani and his new interpreter
He's got a new interpreter?
New interpreter, yeah. New interpreter. He stepped to the press conference.
So did he read it or did the translator translate as he read it in his native language?
Translator, dude.
Okay. Now I'm just curious because, like, if you're the Dodgers or you're Major League Baseball, regardless of Shohei says, you tell the translator, you read off your paper.
No, he had notes. No, he had notes. Dude.
You see what I'm saying?
No, he had notes.
Wait,
dude.
so how are we supposed to know if that's exactly what Shohei said?
Well, I guess you would have to be Japanese.
Yes.
Or we could, you know, we should have had there to ask questions.
Who?
The Crow.
The Crow. Call me, homie. That's not what he said.
Is that what he said, homie? You know you bet. Here is a little bit of the press conference yesterday.
So I never bet on baseball or any other sports, or never have asked somebody to do it on my behalf. And I have never went through a bookmaker to bet on sports. Up until a couple of days ago, I didn't know that this was happening. Just to kind of just go over the result. In conclusion, Ippei has been stealing money from my account and has told lies.
I mean, first of all, look, if that did happen, and I want to believe Shohei, you know, because he's awesome. You know, I don't want to believe that the best baseball player on the planet right now is, you know,
a human being.
I don't want to. First of all, there's no great
Marcos.
Yeah, there's no great conclusion here. It's like either he bet on sports or bet on baseball and bet very big money, or his friend stole from him, which neither is a great situation to be in.
Right.
You know, to have a close friend steal from you, or the fact that you were maybe doing something that wasn't on the up and up.
But here's the deal.
I gotta tell you, there's just it really had to do with the idea that the deets coming out and then the cover up, and now we're at this point where I knew nothing, because there was at one point where people said no, Shohei covered this guy's debts. He was trying to be a good friend, and now he knows nothing about it. And obviously, it's tough because we don't know a lot about Shohei Ohtani personally. So, point of all this is the damage is kind of done, Shohei. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I kind of feel like, at best, I feel like something shady happened here.
Here's the
and
problem.
I think that he
though.
knew about something.
Here's the problem, though. We are hearing these stories, but this is the first we've heard from Shohei. Because keep in mind, before now, the translator was talking. You see what I'm saying? So
he was talking, yeah, but he was talking for him.
Okay. Like here.
So let me just I just want to be clear here. You think that Shohei and Mizuhara were sitting there, and he thinks that the guy's ordering DoorDash, and in fact he's putting 500 large on the Lakers?
I don't know what the story is, okay? But I do know this, that like just hearing him talk, I don't care whatever language, like he almost seems like shocked that he's in this situation. You know what I mean? Because him getting in trouble with this has far more issues than than just the Major League Baseball. You do realize that that's a federal crime.
Yes, but that was
deported.
But that's why I think something's amiss, because I feel like with this IRS thing, I told you, like I think California was pissed about the whole deferring money thing. That's why I think there's something.
But baseball teams have been doing that forever.
Not like this.
What? I mean, who cares how much? They've been doing it forever. They pay at the time, paying Bobby Bonilla $1 million for the next 15 years.
Okay, but don't act like this is something that isn't discussed all the time. We talk about players that want to play in Miami because we don't have state tax down here.
Right.
California is a very punitive state when it comes to taxes. When a $700 million contract is trying to get deferred to the end of a guy's career, that's going to get noticed by the government.
Right, but the contract is the contract.
I know, Leroy, but it's not that type of money
doesn't happen. Right,
doesn't happen, and that's
but it's
gonna,
not.
Whether
it's
you
not
think it's right
unique
or
to
whether
baseball, though.
But I understand, but whether you think it's right or whether you think it's wrong, a state like that probably thinks that plays a lot on the wealth of a lot of their residents,
right.
Movie stars, athletes, whomever. When they notice $700 million, that's we're not getting a cut of that, and now all of a sudden the gambling story flares up, makes you wonder.
Right. Well, listen, me personally, I don't necessarily know that anybody wants to get rid of all that money.
Well, here's the thing. This Mizuhara, he better be like that Barry Bonds friend. Remember that Barry Bonds friend who stood in jail?
Who we still don't know his name?
Was it Anderson?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard from him.
Right.
So if we never hear from Mizuhara again, that raises even more.
Why?
Oh, because that means that Shohei took care of him.
I mean,
he goes, listen, hey, fall guy.
Mizuhara,
you know what to do.
Fall guy. Is it possible? I'm just throwing this out there. I'm not saying he did or didn't. That he was doing something, but did not know because he's not from here that it was illegal.
Oh no, that was I think that was one of the explanations from Mizuhara, was he thought this was the same as DraftKings. He thought samesies.
Right. Okay.
But
I got you. Yeah.
But $4 million, I don't know who
Right.
has, unless you're Drake, who has that in their DraftKings account. What's your damages?
All right, so I'm gonna use myself for this, because this whole situation, this is why I was gonna bring it up, is that I belittled, I yelled at, I called fraudulent, I called Marcos El Tobino. I went after him over spending $7 million for
it was hurtful.
OBJ, right? And today I thought I would come in because I realized the error of my ways and realized that this could actually be a beneficial situation. So I came in and I apologized, right? I said,
Like an
Marcos,
adult.
right, like an adult. But your ass came in over the top so that my true apology to Marcos and how I changed.
Oh,
I'm glad he froze.
Wait.
I'm glad his internet.
No, he's
cut
back.
out.
He's back.
Oh,
He's
It
back.
got lost
Mm-hmm.
because
did.
of you.
Mm.
That means that all the things that I said, the damage is done. I don't know if I can take them back, but I really wanted Marcos to know that I was wrong in going after him because I can now see the benefits of having one OBJ on the team. I came to him like an adult, like a man who realized he was wrong, and then you ruined it by coming in over the top doing your Tobin thing.
It's not over the top. I have
Absolutely ruined
receipts.
it.
My receipts.
That's not the same.
Absolutely ruined it, dude.
It is very much the
So
same.
I don't know if it's my damage is done or your damage is done because you basically ruined my apology.
I didn't ruin your apology.
did.
The apology should be to me.
No,
Not
right.
Leroy.
That's you ruining the apology.
No.
That's literally you doing it right.
Always got to be about Tobin.
Not
It's
this
Tobin and
yesterday.
Leroy. It's not Leroy and Tobin.
Nothing
It's
about
Tobin and Leroy.
It's
Tobin
nothing
and
a mouthpiece anyway.
Oh, look at him again. He's lashing out, dude.
lashing out.
Lashing out,
His
man.
feelings got hurt because he thought words that he said it's the same thing he did.
You basically just took my entire point. You're like, oh, Joe said it sounds good.
No, wait. No, I didn't.
You did.
Wait, you put him on a Jimmy Butler plan.
Yes. Everybody knows what that
That's
is.
not the same.
Okay, dude.
No one even knows what you're saying when you say that,
Okay.
dude.
No, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Well,
Go put your hand in some dirt.
can the Jimmy Butler plan be starting to win more games, please?
That's fair.
Okay, thank you.
Damage
Right.
is done, my friend.
Yeah, the damage is done on the Jimmy Butler plan as
I
of
mean, the
right
Jimmy
now.
Butler plan's been pretty good. I mean, it's worked out pretty good overall through his
Okay,
career.
but every year's a new year, dude.
Every year is a new year.
Okay.
Just and that's exactly why I want to go to
Did
the
you
Jimmy
not
Butler
wait?
plan
Did
for
you
Tyreek
not tell
Hill.
me? Did you not tell me the Jimmy Butler plan was going to kick in after the new year with 40 games left? Did you not tell me the Jimmy Butler plan was going to kick out after the All-Star break? You've been telling me the Jimmy Butler plan is
We
going
lost
to be.
Kevin Love. We lost Duncan Robinson.
listen,
Back. Jaime Jaquez hit the wall. You know, so other things flared up. You want to be a jerk about it? That's fine.
Flared up.
I'm not being a jerk about it.
You're being a jerk about it.
No, I'm not.
Where's J-Fig?
Guy's a baby, dude.
Yeah, yeah. We see.
Where is Jay?
We
Where's
thought.
Jay?
Hey, can I ask
It's
you a
not-
question?
It's not noon. It's not noon.
Hey,
She knows when damage is.
Yeah, it's on the
I
website.
got to tell you. I got to tell you.
Yeah.
You are now turning into AB.
Adrian Broner?
No. The
Antonio
football player,
Brown.
Antonio Brown. You would like you next. All you got to do is take your shirt off and walk off the court, off the
No,
field.
this is ridiculous, dude.
You are.
I don't understand.
You are a.
You just no. You want to know? Here's what happened. I know the timeline of what happened. You bowed out of the Kyle Lowry bet like a coward.
Whoa.
Yes, I
All
did.
of a
You
sudden
let
you're
me
like,
out.
I'm never gonna let Tobes get one over on me again because I ended up not having to throw out the dartboard to him because you were scared of iguanas. And so I make the exact same point as Joe Rose, basically, and you agree with Joe Rose. but you won't agree with me.
Wait. It's the one word. It's the one word that tries to save you from being 100% wrong, and that is basically. We basically said the same thing. No, you didn't.
What do you got, Frog Boy?
Leroy, let me just go ahead and say I appreciate your apology.
Thank you,
before this guy
Marcos.
tries to overtake it anymore. I know we're up against it real quickly. Not sure if you guys saw it. Footage has been released. Vince Young got into a squabble.
Oh,
last month with a video obtained by TMZ.
Who's
as you
Vince
can
Young?
see.
Oh, the white hat.
Yes, indeed. The man.
he's the guy bigger than everybody else.
Yes,
right?
absolutely. Until he isn't, as he gets knocked out.
Oh no!
Oh yes, indeed, my friend. The one. Oh, yeah, a bit of a snuff, if you ask me. Bit of a snuff there. As we go back here, you can follow us on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM. I apologize to the radio.
So
audience.
he's in the white hat, and the guy.
Oof.
I didn't see the hit.
Sucker
Though.
punch.
Yeah, they kind of
kinda
like flash it out to make sure it's not too bad. But you can just use your imagination.
Well,
here.
no, I mean, like, why would they stop the camera there? I want to know what happened.
Okay, I mean, the fist connected to the face, and Vince Young is down.
That could be wrestling for all I know. He goes, Vince, go down, go down, go down.
Oh, down. Yeah, dude. That's exactly what happened here at this bar fight. But essentially, Vince Young, former Heisman Trophy athlete, not above getting knocked out by a sucker punch.
Man, that guy must have been a big Jeff Fisher fan.
Anybody could get knocked out, dude. We watch way too much fights. Like, yeah.
Well, you missed yesterday. We were talking about the guy who got disqualified last Saturday.
Fighting. I saw that. You sent it
crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. But hey, $50,000 richer now.
All right, we'll take a break. Back more for this.
Damage is done, my friend.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Let us get to some cat talk here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
All right, so the Cats take on the Bruins tonight. Sergei Bobrovsky back in net. We got Barkov and Gustav Forsling. They are back. And yeah, it seems like we're getting everybody
way,
back in the fold.
Stoley the goalie holds it down.
He does. He was tremendous. We played yesterday that John Tortorella because his goalie gave up 3 goals on 14 shots.
Oh god.
He walked off with his broken thumb. I asked Trevor, who's a Flyers fan, and he says Tortorella has not revealed the deets on his injury. Apparently he had surgery on his thumb. But like it didn't look like Leroy's thumb surgery because when Leroy had thumb surgery, we could see his thumb.
Yeah.
This
And
guy
the
had
screw.
he had a hard cat. He punched something. I'm just saying.
You think he punched something?
He punched something.
Damn.
He looks like a puncher.
Yeah, he's a puncher. But isn't this
a
team
lot of things?
But John Tortorella
Yeah.
has just lived his life annoyed.
Angry.
He's just angry
Yeah.
all the time.
Hockey Bobby Knight?
Pretty much.
Hmm.
I mean, he refused to leave the bench and he got suspended.
Hey, that is hilarious. That is absolutely
Torch, you're out of here. Oh, yeah? No, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
dude.
yeah? Guess what? I ain't leaving.
He is the current day kicking and screaming. Right?
So,
Love
yeah,
that.
man, you got that going tonight. 7 o'clock puck drop. That is on 790 The Cat tonight, AM 790 for your Panthers action. The Heat back on the hardwood, 7:30. Jimmy Butler, according to Anthony Chang, missed shoot around today, non-COVID illness, but probable to play tonight.
Gotcha.
A lot of guys getting sick.
Yeah, it's that time.
I've been waiting. I hope that's not what Jimmy Butler was talking about when he said it's
that time.
But
He's got young kids. Young kids are gross. They get you sick.
No, very true. Very true.
They have the sniffles for the first 5 years of their life.
Yeah. You know, Jimmy Butler's sitting there watching some Peppa Pig with his kid, and they're all cuddly. Jimmy gonna get the sniffles.
Yeah. Still haven't forgiven you for what you said about Bluey.
What?
You know, you're just trashing an icon, national icon. And honestly, yeah, I want to go ahead and give myself a -1. We did a Mount Rushmore of Australian things, and I didn't even mention Bluey. I had like Ben Simmons. On there. Like,
Ben Simmons on the Mount Rushmore, Australia.
Stupid. What was I thinking?
Anyway, 6:15 preheat tonight with Solana and Tommy Tig to get you going. Meanwhile, the owners meetings are going on right now. I see Stephen Ross isn't talking yet. He doesn't dog at these owners meetings. Everybody else, they like their 15 minutes.
Well, he got the memo.
He doesn't do press conferences anymore.
He got the memo.
What's the memo? I didn't get it.
Hey, boss, we love you. We appreciate
love you.
everything you've done, but let's take a chill from talking.
You think he wants to, though? He goes,
No, I don't think he wants to.
You don't think he wants to peacock a little? You got straight A's on his report card? I mean,
No.
I've never seen someone get
Stephen, wait, here. Think about all the stuff that he's done around that stadium, including the work. He spent over $1 billion with no help from the city or the state, right? If there was a point in time to peacock, it would have been then. And he still doesn't.
Well,
He's bought Formula One.
But he used to peacock. I think that you're right. There
He
was a
never,
point. No, Leroy. What are you talking about? This dude would get there like every year, and he would say something.
No, he would talk about players and stuff like that, but not about the money he's dumped into the organization or what he's got coming or look at what I did to the area. He doesn't do that.
There was definitely a drawn line in the sand between, I don't know if it was the Kenny Stills stuff or whatever the controversies were, where he decided I ain't talking anymore.
Could it
I'm
be
looking on NFL
could it
Network.
be, by any chance, could it be the plane flight or could it be
No.
No. Could it
I was
be,
at that press conference. I was at the Jeff Ireland, Tony Sperano thing. I remember that. That was crazy.
That was uncomfortable.
That was uncomfortable.
Right.
But no, I just see all these. I see the Giants owner. By the way, they're still not putting grass in at MetLife. So hold on to your Achilles,
dude.
You know, so I was just wondering. He's not talking, I think, but Mike McDaniel did. And Mike McDaniel was talking about the idea of, you know, with losing Christian Wilkins, some financial decisions on your cap have to be made. And so here was McCoachin on that, those barriers.
Sometimes when business doesn't work out, that doesn't mean relationships have to be fractured. So I think I was very proud with, you know, on every level, our communication through the process. And, you know, it all comes back to the fact that there's a finite salary cap, you know, and sometimes we can't be the kids spending the money. We have to be the parents that have to look at our budget and make sure we can pay the water bill.
So did anybody ever answer the question if they had an agreement with Christian Wilkins that they would not franchise him?
Nah, nobody asked him that.
Why not?
I don't know.
Because did anybody ask him?
Because you know what
hold on. Did anybody ask him why wouldn't you franchise him and get something?
Oh, that was asked, and they
what
said
did they say?
He just basically said money. Like it was a, you know, garbage.
So even if they franchised him, they wouldn't have been able to pay him.
No, they just his whole point of it was they decided as an organization that they didn't want to use that chunk of money on that position, basically, is what he put out there.
Okay.
But you know, he did it in his Mike McDaniel way where he spoke for 4 minutes.
Yeah, but it just seemed like I get all that and I understand that, but you still gave him up for nothing.
Yes.
I don't care if you get a 3rd rounder or a 4th rounder or a 5th rounder.
I think Chris Grier will probably speak later this week. I would guess that'll be probably more of a question for him because then he does this thing where he goes, well, I'm the head of coaching. You know, like he likes to act like he's not
the
involved.
head of coaching.
You know, so that's his move that he likes to pull. He did talk about Odell Beckham Jr., where Leroy agrees with me now that we should kick the tire.
Here we go.
Here was Mike McDaniel on OBJ and making him an offer.
Things went great with him. You know, we did make him an offer, and business takes time, especially with players that you know, such as Odell, who's had a phenomenal career, still has really good football in front of him, and has options. So that, you know, there's not. I think those conversations will be ongoing. We'll see where they go. I don't live in the world of crystal balling, and I do stay in my lane as a coach. I'm definitely ready to coach him if we can come to agreement, and I think both sides are trying to work towards that. We'll see what happens.
See, like that's his cute move that he likes to pull. Oh, I'm the coach, you know. I have no say. Sure, dude. It's nice try.
You're something else.
What?
You are the piece of work. I would say a piece of work, the piece of work.
Mona Lisa.
I got pictures.
Oh, do you?
Oh,
they went to the Louvre.
They went to the Louvre. They
Oh.
went to the Eiffel Tower. Mel said she.
Tyronn Lue.
I did call it the Louvre. Is it the bathroom?
Hey, they went to the Eiffel Tower, and Mel said she was scared to death.
Did you guys go to the Clippers, coach?
Did you guys see? Is he coaching?
So as far as food,
Hmm?
they've eaten Indian food,
Gross.
Five Guys, and something else. They have not eaten any, and a boatload of pastries.
I mean, what's the most famous thing from France? Snails?
Croissant?
Oh yeah, bread and snails. That is
And
all.
Wemby.
France. And well, yeah. Which he obviously clearly look at his body. He was raised on snails and bread. Good defender though.
I mean, he's tall.
Not better than Bam.
Not better than Bam. Yet.
That play by Bam this past on Sunday, so good.
Pretty good.
Oh.
I think that was the first game I clocked out before the end and went, the Heat got this.
I know. It was
In a
weird
long
feeling. Weird feeling.
Because did you see Boston give up a 30 spot?
Sure did.
Holy smoke.
No
30.
Trae Young either. No Trae Young either. Lost the
30. No, not 20.
30.
Not 30-point lead.
I know. They're going to blow it. It's going to be great because nothing could have been better than Boston having the greatest regular season ever, and they're going to blow this thing in like the second round. It's going to be amazing.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be so good.
You know,
Bruins did it.
Everybody says they can't until you do, right? Like, and you can't do anything about it until you get to that moment again.
Exactly.
Right? So you just have to, I guess, deal with it until, you get to that moment again.
We'll take a quick break. We'll flip on over to the Heat here. Eric Spoelstra. He's bucking against the trend that the Miami Heat don't care about the regular season. That's next.
"15 Minutes of Heat" is sponsored by Miami Lakes Auto Mall, Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, home of the $8,000 trade. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
It's better once we get rid of this bum from the three. If I was Steph, I'd work all day, but I will stand here because I'm Clay. Hall of Fame voting, you must be joking. A bum from the three. This guy's a bum.
So good. Are you you got a lot invested in tonight, huh?
Oh, dude. You know how bad he's been recently. I just want to give you some news.
I haven't actually. I haven't been following. I saw it the other day. Steve Kerr came out with the Warriors and he was like, well, Steph isn't, they're limiting Steph's minutes because they got 5 games in 7 nights.
Yep.
And people were wondering, they had a game against I think it was the Wolves, and Steph only played like 30 minutes. And he's like, yeah, because we can't keep, pressing on Steph Curry. He's been carrying us for 15 years. I can't keep having him out there, having to play all these minutes. But they are in, kind of a dire situation because the Rockets are playing better basketball than like anybody in the league right now, nipping on their heels to take them over. So what is Klay Thompson doing lately, Marcos?
Well, he's losing his starting job to rookie Brandon Podazemski, right? You know him?
Yeah, he's had a nice season.
Oh, get out of here, dude. No one knows who the hell that kid is.
He's had a nice season.
No, he hasn't. Who cares if he's had a nice season? It's just great to say Brandon Podazemski. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but that is playing better than Klay Thompson, which is amazing. But let's just look at it, from the three. He's supposed to be this great three-point shooter, the second best three-point shooter of all time. You know what he went for? 3 of 11 on the 24th 2 days ago against the Timberwolves. And before that, you think maybe it was a one-off game. He probably had a bad game. Nope. 3 for 10 against the Pacers. Just 2 days before that, 5 of 11. My problem with this guy.
So he's just one make off from being incredible.
No way, dude. No one.
4 out of 10.
He's not even a starter. Why is he shooting 11 threes?
That's what he does.
Klay Thompson.
See,
what do you mean? Why is he shooting 11 threes?
That is why we got where we're at, because people just think he's Klay Thompson. He can just do whatever.
Well, what do you want him to do? You want him to start dunking?
I want him to understand the hill. He's over it.
He might be over the hill. I mean, he's 34 years old.
Yeah, broken body.
He might be, and he's 34 years old and has had some very, very bad injuries. So yeah, he might not be the guy who was once the second best shooter in the league. Only because the best shooter ever was on his team. But
time to hang it up, dude.
It's not really
time to hang it up, dude.
You know who else they said that about? Kevin Love. Kevin Love found him a nice little spot.
He did, but he found the only spot.
I didn't like yesterday that Kevin Love had to give props to that phony Sabonis. Sabonis broke his double doubles record. I think it was most double doubles in a row.
Yeah, he's had quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think
whatever.
Damn near every game.
I mean, whatever. Go defend somebody.
I just don't understand how you say Bam stole his lunch
money. He takes his lunch money every time they play.
Every time they play, he has.
Let me tell you. Dude,
every time.
If Bam Adebayo, if Domantas Sabonis did what Bam Adebayo did, the last game, it would be all over Twitter. Did you guys see that Sabonis steal and full court pass? Oh my God,
that's true.
You would never stop seeing it on a reel, but Bam Adebayo is it? Whatever.
I mean, that's how I feel.
Dude. Can I ask you guys something?
Yeah, me. Sure.
You see the odds that came out for Defensive Player of the Year?
No.
Riddle me this, Batman. How's Jared Allen third in the odds when Bam Adebayo stuffed him into a locker? Explain that to me. Explain it to me. Because here's the thing with
how's Bam third?
Yeah, has he? No. How's he not third? Has he not third in the odds? But Jared Allen is. How's that possible?
Who's 1 and 2?
I think it was Rudy Gobert, Wemby, Jared Allen.
Was Bam playing that?
Bam.
Huh?
That first time?
No, he didn't play in that game. Thomas Bryant did.
Okay, because I was going to say
that's why Jared Allen had such big numbers.
Correct.
Because Bam didn't play.
So Bam did play. Put him in a locker. No, you're right. That's good.
No, but explain it. This dude is. I'm going to tell you something. He's the most disrespected defender, elite defender in the history of basketball.
Wow.
Bam Adebayo is so much better at this than he's given credit for. It is never a first team. Never. But you're going to go with the giant croissant?
Oh, jeez.
Like he's not going to get played off the floor in the playoffs again.
Wait.
And
Any reason why you had to go Frenchie on the name?
I mean, but here's the other thing. At least Wembanyama as a child, okay? At least he's got the responsibility. Hey, I got to be my team's best player. This Rudy Gobert, he's a hack, okay? Goes in there, bit player. Jared Allen, bit player. Bam Adebayo not only has to be the best defender on his team.
Got to score 20.
Has to score. Game winner. When's the last time Rudy Gobert had a buzzer beater? Never, dude. Never. Well, I don't know if never, but as far as my recollection is concerned, never.
Oh, you watch a lot of Rudy Gobert games.
No, you know why? No one wants to watch Rudy Gobert tape. What is he, like the ninth option on the Timberwolves?
I love the way to give your point credit. You have now claimed to be a NBA guru watching all the tape.
It's enough of Rudy Gobert. Been there. Everybody, let me get this straight. So Nikola Jokic couldn't win 3 MVPs in a row because he didn't win a title yet. But Rudy Gobert missed a second-round exit. This dude's going to get his, 5th Defensive Player of the Year award?
By the way,
Jesus.
Rudy Gobert. Couple game-winning buzzer beaters in his career.
Hey,
were they dunks?
Listen,
one of them was a floater.
Of course.
Yeah, one of them was a floater.
You ought to know by now. Don't fact check that.
Nah.
You know
well, Hassan Whiteside had a buzzer beating tip at one time.
Wait, you know he's wrong.
2017, 2022, two different times.
You ever block an Eastern Conference final shot at the buzzer?
Yeah,
Didn't think so.
Game saving block. This
Didn't
was
think so, dude.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Oh,
hello, Jennifer.
I love the way she quietly steps into the chat.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, doesn't deserve it. By the way, I'm not defending Rudy Gobert.
Sounds like you are.
No, I don't want this.
Sounds like you are.
I don't want.
It's
this.
not. Listen, you make people
not
necessarily defend the guy you're talking to, but just get stuff on you.
You know the
That
French
has
eat
more to do
frogs.
with that.
Okay, that's.
You better watch out.
I am gonna
Watch who you defend.
I'm not defending him. I'm just saying you said an untrue statement. I just wanted you to know.
Rudy Gobert's around you. He's going to say bon appetit.
Oh gosh,
Really?
Wemby too.
So now, my daughter's speaking French over there now.
Oh yeah, she's going to come
I
back
got
with the beret. She's going to say, "Would you know?"
Oh
you
no!
want to-
Did I send you guys a picture of this dress?
Yes.
It's a
Oh
very
my
beautiful
God.
dress.
Looks expensive though.
Dude. No, so here's what happened.
But
They go to the mall, right?
on say.
And this mall has all of the top. The mall's 6 stories high, right?
Wow.
But there's all of the fashion stores there. And they walk into the store and she looked at a pair of Louis Vuitton flip-flops that was 700 euros and she was out, right? So that mall didn't have a chance.
I
But-
mean, it was Louis Vuitton flip flops.
But that was the cheapest store in there.
LV.
mall. But they have a whole bunch of like little boutiques where all of the they haven't got their comeuppance yet, right? So all of these fashion people, and so yeah, so it's crazy. Took a whole bunch of trains.
I love
So
those.
tonight the Heat take on Golden State.
Golden State, are you boots on the ground?
Yes.
Okay, boots on the ground. And then Thursday we're at
Opening day.
opening day. All right.
Golden
So we're
State is a
doing the show
favorite.
from
tonight.
there. Doing the show from there, right?
Yes.
Oh,
How the hell
Let
is
me tell
Golden
you.
State favorite?
Golden State 2.5-point favorite tonight.
Sixers lost yesterday, by the way.
Sixers did lose. The
Pacers
Pacers won.
Yeah.
So right now in the standings, the Heat are 1 full game back, but they got 2 games in hand.
Oh, 2 games.
hey
against
man,
Indiana Pacers.
2
Same
games in
block.
two games in hand don't mean you're gonna win.
No,
That
that
doesn't mean you're gonna lose.
It doesn't. You're correct.
True,
But you always chalk it up to games in hand mean like good things.
Ooh. Dade South says, "Can you feel the playing down in your soul?"
Yeah.
I don't like that, Dade South.
That's
okay?
his thing,
I don't
dude.
like that, dude.
That has been
I don't
his
like
thing.
that.
Hey.
We're not going to be in the plane.
Can I like, in all honesty, the last month of this season,
Mhm.
with the people in and out, the injuries, the way they've played, do you have any confidence that they're not going to be in the play-in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Based on what?
I mean, they're a game back of the play, and they're not like it's
I
not like
just
they have
no,
this giant climb.
but they've also been so sporadic in how they played. Like I just like the worst feeling I have with this team is they could beat anybody in the NBA and lose to anybody in the NBA. That is frightening as a fan. It is.
I mean, if you're a coward.
Okay, like right. Oh, okay.
I'll rebet.
Like, yeah, I'm a coward for saying that. Like, what does that mean?
Well, you said you're afraid, and I'm,
No, because that's the worst feeling to have as a fan, that you have a team that can beat anybody but lose to anybody. So no game is like that was the first time I watched the game in the third quarter go, oh, they got this.
Well, it depends how thirsty you are, Leroy. Are you quenched by a full glass of water, or are you still parched because of a half empty glass of water? Which way do you want to look at it, dude? So you say they can lose to anybody, but I would rather be the team that can beat anybody.
Okay, but the record is the record. See, where you go, no. But here's what I would say. You have over 70 games. If you keep feeling the way you feel, when you have a record of 70 plus games to identify who they are, then what?
Let me ask you something.
Sure.
You ever get tired giving the same argument to me, and then you know how I'm going to feel anyway? And I was right last year and you were wrong. And
No,
so
it's not.
I just wonder, like, do you ever get exhausted with that?
Do you understand? There's a distinct difference between rooting for a team and seeing what the team is. I was wrong. I fully admit this. I've said it before. Boy, I was wrong about what this Heat team did going into the playoffs.
Yep.
That being said, based on the basketball that they have played, for me to make an analysis of where they're going to go, I was not wrong. Because you are hold on. Because can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? What's the point in playing the regular season then? Let's just put the Heat in the playoffs and go.
Oh, I mean, listen, I think that if you ask the Heat, they would love that.
All right.
And by the way, Eric Spoelstra disagrees with you, by the way. They care about the regular season. I don't know if you heard him, but he said he had this.
All I'm looking at is how they play up and down and their record to identify what they are.
But you would agree, having 34 starting lineups.
Yes, we have not talked about reasons. I'm just saying this is what it is. And look, for all the reasons why I say I have questions based on the injuries, the up and down, the not knowing who's going to play, the guys in and out, of all these things, you're taking that same information and saying they're going to the finals.
That's what I said, dude. You look at it half empty, I look at it half full.
They're just half right now.
No.
They're not half empty or full. They got half participation.
We have it all coming together at the right time, okay?
When? You said it was coming together after Christmas.
I know.
You said it was coming back after the All-Star break. When?
But some things have flared up, okay?
So is it safe for me to ask you? Okay, because it was Jimmy time after All-Star break, after Christmas, 40-something games left. It was Jimmy time after All-Star break, right? Now we got 11 games. We got 10 games left.
11.
It's 11 games. May I ask when?
Tonight we've crushed the Warriors' dreams.
Me feeling the way I feel, and you just ignoring all the facts of what's going on. That makes me a hater. That makes me a hater. Correct?
It is. I find it
from now on, even when the season's over, I'm gonna say, you know what? Jimmy will turn it around. They'll get it. Let's go. We got it.
Has he not earned it?
You don't have to say it. We got it.
Has he not earned it?
We got it. Last year.
Yeah. Has he not earned it?
Last year's not this year.
It's kind of similar, though.
No. Okay. There you go.
You're right. It's not, because you want to know what happened now?
What happened?
Bam shooting threes. Leroy. He's a sniper now.
It's a different Bam.
You're not going. Listen, we may be going into the same battle, but we got better weapons.
Yeah.
It's deep.
Mm-hmm.
I got no guts. That's it. I've been scared all season. No. I'm sorry if I'm along the lines of, in order for me to feel a certain way about a team, I need to see it. That has nothing to do without having guts, about not having guts. I don't do anything with a blind leap of damn faith, and that's what you're taking.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If the Heat tomorrow, no other information, Duncan Robinson healthy, no Tyler Hero. Tomorrow the playoffs start. The Heat start a first-round series against the Milwaukee Bucks. Who are you picking?
I would say Milwaukee.
Why, dude?
Wow.
Why?
Hey.
What have they earned?
Wow.
Because I think Milwaukee's better.
Okay. Better at what? Better at what?
All right. There you go.
Don't answer my question.
That means I'm a hater at basketball.
No, I'm not calling you a hater. I'm just asking, why would you pick
what?
a team?
I'm going to say, because they got two dudes, right? No. They got two dudes, right? Along with a whole bunch of trees.
Yeah, he don't have dudes. You're right. No.
I'm not. I didn't
dudes.
say I didn't. All right. Like, I hate this. You know
Who would
what?
you pick? All right, let's just say
absolutely positively sucks doing this show sometimes. And I'm being 100% honest with you. Because me feeling the way I feel does not make me a hater, but a realist. But you can just jump on behind your fandom. Everybody loves you and just say, oh, we're going to get to the finals.
I don't feel like everybody loves me. I feel like people like to rub it in my face when I am wrong. It's just
I don't do that, though. I just think it's a dumb conversation to have for only to say, okay, it's the ref's fault. Okay, it's this fault. You just keep moving the bar.
I don't keep moving the bar.
You know
I just
what?
like to acknowledge things that are true.
Yeah, and what's true right now?
You're a bar mover.
Right now, there's 11 games that may matter, may not. We'll see.
No. What's true right now is the Heat are very inconsistent. They don't have everybody healthy. You have no idea who this team is.
I know who they are when they're healthy.
Oh my God. And that is not what this team is now. Is my point.
They haven't had.
That's my point.
But they're getting it back.
When? I keep asking you when.
Kevin Love's coming back tonight.
Oh.
Duncan BRB. Well, I'm not very confident in. But we've been there before with Tyler. Not worried about it.
Last year is not this year. Every year is different in sports.
I have one true worry. I will give you a true worry. I have a true worry. I'll be completely honest with you. Okay?
Game ops. Game ops.
No.
Game ops.
I'm true. I'm not going to be a jerk about this.
I know you're not.
You want to be Peter Pan about this? I'm going to put you in a vulnerable spot right now. Okay? I'm going to tell you something I'm nervous about. Okay?
What?
I'm nervous about Jaime.
Oh my God.
I'm nervous about him. Because I said.
Wait, so let me ask you a question. Can I ask you? No, hold on. Let me ask you a question. So you keep telling me that this team is going to do it because they did it last year.
Mm-hmm.
Why should Jaime Jaquez matter that much? He wasn't on the team last year.
Because I was wondering if he was going to be an X factor for us. And I still think he has the capability.
You didn't answer my question. Why should it matter if he's
because
there or not? Because they did it last year.
Okay, but you had other role guys on this team last year.
Yes, the team was different, is my point.
Not that different, though. Not that different. You're being silly. Like, Gabe Vincent, they replaced with and Kyle Lowry, they replaced with Terry Rozier. Dude's a bucket getter. Did you not see that Cleveland game?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he is. He is better than more consistent.
You can acknowledge. Have you seen how Jovic has been playing?
Mm-hmm.
Playing great.
Okay.
Jaquez, though, this wall's got him.
Okay.
This wall's got a grip on him.
And you don't think, but again,
I'm a little nervous about it.
But again, you don't think that can have an impact on it? You don't have questions about it? You have questions yourself. But you're just going to blindly go in and say he'll turn it around too?
I have to have faith.
Then no.
Faith is belief without the burden of proof.
Oh, I did that. Yeah, did that last week. Yep. Read the definition. He didn't like that.
Somebody said, "Watch out for the trap door." I'm looking because I'm scared. I'm scared. Me, here he comes. Like this is like I do a show with Looney Tunes. They're like all the Looney Tunes characters are running by my window, right? Roadrunner just looked in, right? I just got an Acme package dropped off. I think the bomb is gonna, when I open it up, gonna explode in my face. Like, yes.
Oh, I'm very worried that Marcos jinxed us tonight with his Klay Thompson slander.
What? No way.
I was gonna have 40.
Yeah, I'm very nervous about that.
40.
I'm
yeah,
blaming
right.
you.
No, I mean,
Look,
I'll take that.
see that? He's blaming everybody but the players.
Well, we'll see. I gotta see how the game plays out.
Oh my goodness! Like,
It's hard to say right now.
you know, there's a big difference in hoping that your team wins, right? But then being real about what their situation is, right?
I'm not nervous about the Warriors. They've been in a free fall.
The what now? Say it again.
I'm not nervous about the Warriors. They've been in a bit of a free fall.
No, I'm not worried about the Warriors. I'm talking about the Heat.
I'm not worried about that.
I don't care who they play. They can beat anybody and they can lose to anybody.
Yeah, but they don't have to worry about the Wizards once the playoffs start. Boxed in.
No, that's boxed in.
It's pretty good.
Oh,
that was pretty good. No, it was pretty good. You gotta admit.
You've been boxed.
I already need a vacation.
Pretty good.
Like, this is crazy talk.
Michael Jenkins helping you beat the look that you out.
Jeez, Marcos, what a downer, dude. I was kind of coming in with some pep in the step, and you ruined it.
It's a long build-up, but it gets better. It gets
I mean,
better.
a very long build-up.
I just wanted you to know I had no doubt in the Miami Heat taking a victory tonight against the
Okay.
Warriors.
Minus
No,
one.
hold on. I need more from the commission.
Minus one. Hey, the
Minus
Miami
one.
Heat are back with the Junior Heat Summer Camp from June 17th through August 17th. Boys and girls ages 7 to 16 can sharpen their game at either Slam Miami or Cooper City High School. Campers will participate in a variety of competitions, fundamental drills, and games. For more information on how to sign up your ballers, go to heat.com/junior Heat. And speaking of the Heat, we got a very quick segment here because we quibbled too much last segment.
It was you.
We got to get to that.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. I really, honestly, you could say what you think happened, Marcos, but I was not the top quibbler last segment.
Okay. All right.
I wasn't.
That's fair.
You're the
If
quibbler MVP.
I'm not the quibbler MVP. You quibbled the entire time.
Okay. We're literally.
What do you think?
You think you can say whatever the hell you want? There won't be a quibble.
You're quibbling right now because of you are quibbling.
Yes.
Forget the quibble and go see the Heat dribble. If you want to go see Heat,
No way.
Knicks.
Minus one.
Minus one. You get a minus one.
If you want to go see Heat Knicks on April 2nd,
Next Tuesday.
caller
Right?
number
Next
yes, next Tuesday. If you guys want to go, caller number
Make it work.
12. Caller 12 to 305-567-0560. Caller 12 to 305-567-0560 will win a pair of tickets to Heat versus Knicks, April 2nd at the Kaseya Center. Caller 12 to 305-567-0560.
Think the Heat will have it turned around by then?
Oh yeah, because we already got we got Warriors
Easy.
We got a Joe Cronin revenge game on Friday against the dumbass Blazers.
Cupcakes.
And we got we do have the Wizards on Sunday. You gotta be a little wary of the Wizards always, but I think they'll get it done. I think they've learned from their crimes.
Okay.
All right.
And then smoking the New York Knicks. And by the way, I see hey, hold on one second.
Okay.
Oh, look who decided to show up and wants to win some free Heat Knicks tickets, huh?
Tobin?
All of a sudden you want to win some tickets, huh?
Okay.
Listen, I got my tickets. Those tickets that I'm going to win for my grandkids, okay? You losers, I can't wait to beat
Why would
guys
you want to
up.
subject your grandkids to tears? Or did you actually
Listen,
raise these
first
ones
of
right and
all,
make them Heat
My
fans?
grandkids, hey, Tobin, my grandkids listening right now. They're on spring break. They're with their granddad. They love the Tobin and Leroy show.
You're not going to kiss ass and get tickets, Richie. That's not going to work with me, dude. You were caller 11 today.
You like that,
You can
huh?
try. You can try tomorrow. Get out of here, Richie. Back after this.
Trying to use the pity, Richie.
Coming you
All nice and decent, slip of the crew. This is Mr. Cat and Sugar Ray riding through. When you tell a man she have me intoxicated, but her love high man like a genie on a call with a fly.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM.
Someone said I've been playing the hits today.
You?
It was me. I said that.
I was about to say last segment, wasn't it?
Our Dave & Buster's gift card giveaway is back. We've got a $250 gift card that you can win to go see the tournament, the Heat,
Galaxy
Panthers. Oh, Leroy's got a little Galaxy vibe.
Yes, sir.
Courtesy of Cat Talk. To enter, go to WQM.com/contest. Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave & Buster's in Hollywood. Leroy, you're back from vacation. Can you venture over to the Windowplex?
Oh, yeah.
I sure can, because let me tell you something. Friday and Saturday morning was miserable. I got so wet on the golf course Friday, I wanted to not golf anymore.
Weather updates brought to you by the Demesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
I got to tell you, it is quite crazy. Hold on. This thing has an arm bar on it. It's quite crazy.
Armbar putting in its mission.
It is partly to mostly cloudy,
Best armbar? Ronda Rousey?
right? Winds are whipping in at about
Definitely high
20 plus miles an hour.
That's pretty good.
And it's around 82 degrees. Winds are out of the west. I want to say west southwest.
All right. Ready for the real weather report?
Yes.
Currently 83 degrees where Leroy is at. Sunshine and clouds mixed. There is a small percentage for rain. The winds, though, like you mentioned, gusting right now at about 15 miles per hour coming out of the southeast.
Wow.
Yes.
That's not true. My clouds are going left to right.
It's calling you a liar.
We have a cloud quibble.
I'm looking at my clouds going left to right. My house faces east.
Hey, man. You know what? Who needs weather.com? Leroy's right, dude.
Exactly. You guys see who's what you know, usually when a player leaves, right? You get a jersey for the cheap skis.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For example, I imagine you go to the Heat store right now.
Kyle Lowry.
Flying off the shelf.
Is it?
But do you want to know that in New England, you can have a DeVante Parker jersey for the price of $0.
What?
Free.
Wait, where's he now? Where's he now?
I don't know.
Why? It's not like he had like a bad tenure there, did he?
I don't just think that maybe it was a bad seller to begin with.
Wait.
He's an Eagle right now.
He didn't have a tenure.
I mean, he had a decent no touchdowns last year. 33 receptions, 394 yards, no touchdowns, and he is currently an Eagle.
Wow.
Okay. Well, you agree he's going to be a third option with the Eagles, correct?
I would think so, yeah.
So let's see how much money he signed for. Therefore,
$2 million.
Trying to make an Odell Beckham. He doesn't have the career credentials though of an Odell Beckham.
Correct. Which is true. Which is why I think Odell commands that $7 million that I hypothetically was offering him previously. People got really hung up on the $7 million. Give him.
Did you see the story that's going on? Because there's a couple of weird gambling stories. Obviously, the Ohtani story is getting a lot of play. But have you seen this going on with this Raptors center, who's Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, Jontay Porter?
No, what happened?
So
wait, he plays in the league too?
Yeah, no, he plays for the Raptors.
That's right, the Raptors.
He plays for the Raptors.
Yeah.
So there's this story going, Leroy, that apparently there was some very odd wagering going on with Jontay Porter Jr. prop bets. The problem was, appears he was betting the under.
On himself?
Well, I can't say him. Allegedly, somebody was betting the under, including a game that was suspiciously happening, and he left with an eye issue.
Can I just say this?
And typically on these prop bets, $1,000, $2,000 is the max. But apparently there was some real strange activity where some real heavy action was coming in. They were trying to get some heavy action on Jontay Porter prop bets.
Hey, dear professional athletes, here's what you need to know about your organization that you work for. And this is the NFL. When they tell you no gambling in the facility, right? They can track you. So you cannot get away with it. When they tell you no gambling on your sport, they can track you. So there's no way around it.
Woj writes, at issue are prop bets involving Porter on games January 26th and March 20th. Multiple sources told ESPN. An NBA spokesperson told ESPN the league is, quote, looking into it. In a game on January 26th against the Clippers, there was an increased betting interest on an under prop for Porter props, which for the night was set around 5.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. There was also an over-under on Porter made threes, which was at 0.5 3. That evening, Porter played just 4 minutes before leaving the game because of what the Raptors said was an aggravation of an eye injury that he had suffered 4 days earlier against the Grizzlies. Porter did not score against the Clippers, but had 3 rebounds and 1 assist. He did not attempt a 3, meaning he hit the under on all props.
It's a good parlay.
The next day, as part of the daily report on users' betting results, DraftKings Sportsbook stated that the under on Porter 3-pointers was the biggest money winner for bettors of any NBA player prop that evening.
Oh, damn.
Which means now you got to look into it.
Yep. And I don't feel like he bet like me, where I'm like, it feels like a Hawkes night.
No way, dude.
Do you think there is chili peppers?
He put him there.
Exactly.
Hey,
On
Marcos, I got a chili pepper by me, dog.
On March 20th against the Kings, Porter played just 3 minutes before exiting because of what the Raptors said was an illness and did not return. He did not score after attempting 1 shot and 2 rebounds. Sportsbooks had the over-under set at around 7.5 points, 5.5 rebounds. The next day, DraftKings Sportsbook reported in a media release that Porter's prop bets were number one moneymaker for the NBA that night.
Here, again, I will say this for all athletes to take a pause and realize there's no way you can do backdoor dirt, which means you can't sneakily do anything. There's too many ways to check, right? If Porter has an under, I don't care if your eye fell on the ground. If you were the biggest NBA winner, somebody's going to look into it.
Especially for like DraftKings. We already saw this with Calvin Ridley.
And they're in bed with it. They're in bed with the NFL. So they're going to contact somebody at the NFL and say, hey, we got an issue here.
At least one other U.S. sportsbook detected unusual betting interest on the Porter props in a game in question. A sportsbook industry source told ESPN that multiple betting accounts attempted betting large amounts, upward of 10,000 to 20,000 on Porter unders in January in a game against the Clippers. Betting limits on player props vary by sportsbook, but customers are typically allowed to bet around 1,000 to 2,000. So this guy was trying to bet 10 times the amount.
But here's the other problem. The other problem is when you see somebody trying to bet large amounts that probably never bet large amounts in the past, and they jump in on something like this, and then that bet wins big, it automatically draws a red flag. So if I've never, so say, for example, I'm an NBA player, right? And Clay has been struggling all year, right?
Duh.
And then mysteriously, 200,000 goes on the Clay over 3 points, and he shoots 33s instead of his normal 5 to 10. That raises eyebrows.
For sure.
Even if it had nothing to do, it's gonna raise eyebrows. So everybody's gonna look. So make it somebody who really doesn't do anything. And you all of a sudden leave a game.
Yep.
And the 2 games that you mysteriously leave are the biggest betting games.
If you told me like tonight,
under?
boy, there was a real lot of action tonight on Jamal Cain.
Right.
Like, what?
Like, you can't win. And guess what? DraftKings is still making more money even without that. So they're going to report you to the NBA.
This is a source quote. It says, people were trying to do whatever they could to bet Jontay Porter props against the Clippers. And then just a few days ago, the same thing. We had a bunch of people trying to bet the under. Porter is the brother of Denver Nuggets star Michael Porter Jr. He is on a 2-way contract with the Raptors, earning $415,000 this season.
That's where, and then let's think about this. Michael Porter probably makes 200 grand a game.
Yeah, probably.
Right? You're talking about guys like that, right? Where there ain't anything in the world that you could do that would persuade them to do something legal along those lines. Now let's go to the guy making 400 grand. Right? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So one of the things that has happened in sports is the money has gotten so big with the contracts that it's hard for somebody to give up that money to get into some kind of scheme like this. But yeah,
that's
I don't
crazy.
know. It sounds a little fishy, right? Don't know what's going on. But if I'm Michael Porter, say I don't know him. Don't get caught up in it.
Hey, brother, dude.
I don't know him. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He's his own man. You got to, right? You got to separate yourself from that.
Oh yeah.
Well, so far it seems like he's taken that. I see from whatever Essentially Sports is. The headline reads, Michael Porter Jr. ducks chance to defend younger brother.
Did he really?
Yeah. Wait. Wait. He makes what, 20 million?
Oh, he makes a lot of money, yeah.
Right. If not more, that's $200,000-$300,000 a game. Right?
His salary is $35 million.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's $400,000 a game. Say that to yourself. So in one game, so in the game he played last night or the night before, he made the same amount his brother gonna make on a 10-day or for the whole year.
I'm sure enough.
Now,
I mean, one brother's really a lot better than the other brother.
I'm gonna say it like this.
World champ brother killed Pete this year.
I love my brother. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't know what you're talking about. No way. You ain't gonna risk that money for that.
Apparently, he missed the last 2 games for personal reasons. Raptors coach Darko Radakovic, who, of course, we love, had one of the great rants this season.
Oh, yeah.
This is number 1 BS. Became aware of the investigation shortly after Monday's games. He says, quote, I never doubt injuries. I never doubt honesty from players. Obviously, I've never had a situation like this before.
Yeah. What happened tonight? This is completely BS. This is.
I love it. Love that guy. Oh,
so
man.
yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, Mike. Listen, Michael Porter, even though it's his brother, he is gonna act as if he don't know him. And it sucks. You got to separate yourself from that this way.
Yeah, you have completely like this is a thing. Like we've become we talk gambling on the show. We love talking gambling. It's definitely become so much less taboo than it used to be. But there does have to be a line with the players. I don't know how you police it. This happened in the UFC pretty recent. They had to kick out a couple of fighters all trained by one guy because this guy had insider knowledge, and so like these cards that were like second on the undercard were getting like the heaviest action because he knew that his fighter had a broken rib And so he would bet against his fighter, or his fighter would take a kick and then go down. There was really suspicious activity on like the sketchiest part of the cards. And Dana White's like, "Hey man, you can do that, but we're gonna find out. We found out very quickly, and the feds are gonna find out, and you could go to jail."
Right. That's the problem. The problem is that you guys think you're getting away with this. These leagues have professionals tracking all of this stuff. All of the betting sites who advertise with these various leagues or in bed with these various leagues don't want that to end. So any suspicious activity, they're going to inform the league.
By the way,
you can't do it.
The one thing I am happy about that I did not get to celebrate over vacation.
What?
River Craycraft is back. I can bet my anytime touchdown all season again. I'm so happy about this.
How many touchdowns did he score last year?
0. Oh, he had one?
He had one after he scored one week 1 and then never scored again.
Oh, that's what it was.
Okay. So you had 17 weeks,
including
the bye week of betting River Craycraft.
Oh, that's what's
you think they would have learned
16 games.
Yeah. It wasn't a good investment by me.
Yeah.
Thrill when he does hit it. Oh,
so yeah, man. That oh my
You're actually gonna cause an investigation, dude.
Why?
There was too much money coming in on River Craycraft.
Well, here's the thing.
All $13.
I'll never get invested. Yeah. First of all, I bet very, very small amounts for very, very large. Still too much.
Hey, all $13. There's
2 things that'll never get me investigated. 1, the amount of money that I actually bet and risk, and then 2, I never bet unders. What? Who wants to bet unders?
I can't listen.
Unders?
I don't bet unders because I hate sweating unders.
Yeah,
it's like I don't want to watch the whole game with the yeah. At least with an over, you get there, you're done, right?
How much are you betting on the Klay Thompson under tonight, Marcos?
Oh, dude,
chili peppers.
They're gonna investigate me.
Hey, are you gonna put a ghost pepper next to it?
For the first time all season, someone has put $4,600 on the Klay Thompson under.
We'll take a break. Back after this.
My name is Sadie. Hi. My name
Welcome
is
back, you
Hi.
rascals.
My name is
Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. You know, we're going to be out next week. We're going to be talking a little golf. We're going to go to a little party down there at LIV. What we got going on there, Leroy, with this LIV Golf tournament? It's been everybody's buzzing about it. So what's coming up down here in Miami?
Golf's boldest league is coming back to Miami from Friday, April 5th through Sunday, April 7th. And now's your chance to be there. Catch LIV Golf at Doral Blue Monster and see John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, and Dustin Johnson take on one of the world's most fearsome golf courses with live DJs and a euphoric headline concert, Akon. Tickets are selling fast, so grab yours now at livegolf.com. That's livegolf.com. Man, Akon left. Didn't he go back to his country to help?
Yeah.
So he like fell off. I mean, he just left. And now he's coming back. And this is how he's coming back.
I like
It's exciting.
Get some more money.
It really is. Hey, let me explain something to you. Dude, I was down there. I should have took pictures, but no, I didn't care. I didn't take, but what they are building to watch this golf tournament is crazy.
Do I have to dress nice for this? Do I have to like put on like a? Can I put on?
The golfers are wearing shorts.
Okay, I was just checking. I don't know what the rules are.
But we're not golfers.
I have a problem. Hold on. Let me tell you something. People have tried to explain this to me. Why in the hell does a person watching a golf tournament wear golf shoes?
I don't know.
They go because some of the terrain over there. Watch the hell how you walk.
Yeah. No, I do that when I go to football games. I wear cleats. Got
Why?
to.
You got sticky things on the bottom of your feet.
Nah, it's offensive. Can we do a bit?
So we don't
with you
dress
guys
fancy?
dress like old time, like Vagger Vance or something like that.
Vagger
Is that
Vagger
his name?
Vance?
Vagger
It's
Vance?
Bagger Vance, not Vagger Vance.
You want me to dress like the late great Payne Stewart? With the little cap.
Yeah, exactly.
Cap in the high socks.
But first of all,
That'd be fun.
Bagger Vance was Will Smith was wearing the outfit, not the golfer.
No.
And I'm not being your Will Smith.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I don't it like I was floored at how much money. Now, I can't say this enough. I am floored by how much money they are spending building these structures around this golf course. I know the PGA Tour does it, right? But for LIV to do it too and do it bigger, it looks like they're building buildings around this thing.
I can't wait, man. Show's going on the road a couple times.
When are we
over the next
going?
couple weeks.
No, when are we going?
I think it's next Friday we're going.
We're going on
Next
Friday.
Friday.
I think
No,
it's
next
Friday, Thursday.
Thursday?
Next week.
Yeah, hope it
No,
So
it's next
this-
Friday. It's next Friday.
So this week we're
Marlins Park opening.
Marlins Park, and then next week we're
Doral.
going down to Doral.
Yep.
You guys have so much fun.
I gotta tell you. There's nothing. You know what? Not for nothing.
We get the hobnob.
Doral is a phenomenal place. It building restaurants. They got all kinds of stuff in there.
Improv.
Okay.
Don't forget.
Of course.
But here, no, I'm talking about the golf course, not the whole area. But I gotta tell you, if they're gonna whack you for $200+ to golf, to play around the golf, and that's on the cheap end. The Blue Monster is probably more than that, right? And then hit you up for $30 to park. Come on, man.
Hey, Glenn! I want $30 to park. Speaking of the Marlins, we are going out there on Thursday. Tommy Hutton talked a little baseball with old T Hut. Joins us next.
This hour of
Tommy, Paul Steverino, and the entire crew, Rod Allen, everybody there, Craig Minervini, they all do a fantastic job of covering your Marlins. And so let's bring Tommy along here. Tommy, you got us?
I got you guys. I like the lead-in music, me and Leroy down by the schoolyard. I like that.
Tommy, before we get into the Marlins here, the Shohei Ohtani thing is obviously taken on a life of its own. What's your reaction to just everything going on around Ohtani and the story here, and what do you think is I guess going to be the fallout of this?
Well, I think obviously because it is Shohei Ohtani and what he represents to not only the Dodgers but to the game of baseball, with the huge contract and with what he can do, it's very interesting and it's attracted a lot of attention. I got to kind of let it run out and see how things go. I have to believe him. I listened to some of the press conference he had yesterday. You got to believe that he did not know. Yet a part of your brain says he's known this guy for 6 years. Some part of me says he did know, but I don't think he personally did any betting. Just from what I have heard about him, he's so focused on baseball. He's so focused on wanting to be the best player ever. So we'll see how it plays out. It's just brought a lot of negative attention, I guess, to the Dodgers, who are expected by most to win out west, certainly.
This spring, there's been a couple of cool stories, but seeing Sixto Sanchez make the club after, the shoulder injury, so excited to trade for him in that Real Muto deal, and then, is dealing with everything that he dealt with. What do you think are fair expectations for Sixto? Because, man, such a highly touted arm, but you don't know after missing that much time. What do you think the Marlins fan can expect from him and what he's going to bring to the table?
Well, I know one thing, and listening to Skip Schumacher talk about him, they love his demeanor on the mound when he goes into games. And you think about it, he had a perfect spring. He didn't allow an earned run in spring training in 9 innings. I think what has happened, all of a sudden, he's realized with the shoulder issues he's had over the years, the last couple of years, that he finally realized that he can let go and he can let loose. And right now, nothing's going to happen. And he feels good. The velocity's up, the slider, the changeup. So I'd look for him out of the bullpen, 6th, 7th inning maybe, to break him in and see how things go at that point. But it was great to see what he did in the spring. And certainly he was one of the bright spots of camp.
Tommy, I have a question about Luzardo. Is it Luzardo, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be the opening day starter.
Yes.
Is there a big difference? Because, look, he had an amazing year last year, but it was kind of, Sandy's thing, right? Now he's kind of stepping into that role. Is there any more pressure on, say, a pitcher that has now had to take over or assume that role of a guy that you knew was going to have it if he was healthy, and now you got to fill those shoes? Or you just go out and kind of, we talked to him. He just said, I'm going to do me. But there has to be some pressure on him, right? Because everybody's expecting you to kind of come in and be what Sandy was.
Yeah, I think we all know in a perfect world, if Sandy Alcantara was healthy, he'd be starting opening day. I believe he had four straight of those. If you're Jesus Luzardo, you have to just say, okay, this is a start. It is special because it's opening day. Mm-hmm. It's in the ballpark of a team that he rooted for as a kid. So he's going to have to try to put that aside and throw the ball the way he did last year. You mentioned his record, ERA around 3.5. He had over 30 starts. He was extremely solid. His spring training was okay, but that's, you don't look too much at that. And you just hope he approaches it as a start against the Pittsburgh Pirates. The other thing about starting opening day is that a lot of times, because of the way the schedule goes, you get matched up all the time with the other team's ace as well. Mm-hmm. So it makes it tough. Doesn't always happen that way because of off days, but a lot of times you do get stuck with that other team's ace.
How frustrating do you think the spring was for Skip because of all these nagging injuries that hit what people thought was going to be the projected rotation, like with Yuri and Braxton dealing with what they're dealing with and Cabrera, and you have to just kind of make this pivot. Do you think that maybe it's an easier thing to deal with because it is the start of the year, or does it make it tougher because like usually in spring you're expecting your plans to kind of play out normally and injuries will come along during the year? So how tough a challenge do you think this is for Skip that he's got to immediately go to, all right, we thought this was going to be the rotation, now we're going in a different place?
Yeah, what are they? What's the great quote? Best laid plans. Didn't always work out, doesn't always work out, but that's why you have to try to have some depth. And we've talked over the years, last couple especially, of the depth the Marlins have in starting pitching. So at least with those guys out, the ones you mentioned, Yuri and Cabrera, I believe Braxton Garrett will be back before those two. He's starting to throw some bullpens and throw some BP. So I think he probably would be back first of those three. But it makes you feel good that in watching A.J. Puck, who has transferred from a bullpen role to a starter, watching him in the spring, he was tremendous. Ryan Weathers had an outstanding spring, and to see him pitch. And then Trevor Rogers as well, threw the ball well and threw the ball healthy. That's good. And the other thing I was happy to see, Skip Schumacher and the organization announced Max Meyer would be the fifth starter of the year. So he's had a little taste of the big leagues, but of course coming off Tommy John surgery. But again, he's got that same stuff inside of him that Sixto Sanchez has, and the organization likes that.
Tommy, this team, if at the end of the year, we're going to say this team won because of their pitching, correct? It's not going to be because they're going to be able to outscore, even though they do have some pop, they're going to rely more on their pitching, and that pitching staff is going to carry this team. Is that an accurate assessment?
I could go there, or I could go this team won because Jazz Chisholm Jr. stayed healthy for 150 games. How about that?
I know. It has it. I mean, it happened his first year. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to put it all on Jazz either.
Yeah,
but it would be nice to see him healthy for a good amount, 140 games, whatever. But you're right. If the pitching, if the guys that are in the rotation right now hang in there and throw the ball well, then it's almost like you have reserves coming in who actually have more credibility than the guys that are starting the season. So if you could do that and then bring in an Edward Cabrera, you don't have to rush the guys that have injuries, and you don't have to rush a Yuri Perez. You don't have to rush a Braxton Garrett. So that's what you like to see. But then the good news is when those guys come back, you've got a really solid pitching staff.
What'd you make of Jazz's comments last week, Tommy, where he, seems to like the clubhouse dynamic a lot more now than when he was the young guy and some of the veterans he felt, I guess, picked on or didn't like the dynamic there. Do you think there's something to that Jazz is in a happier place just because of the people that are in the clubhouse?
He probably is. For me, an old school guy, not crazy about a lot of his comments and throwing former teammates under the bus. It's stuff that you just don't like to see. But if Jazz feels more comfortable in the clubhouse, if he feels it's a better clubhouse, then who knows? Maybe he'll have a better year.
Tommy, I do have, and I heard the comments, and I have more of a reason behind it that people really don't realize. When you're a young player in a locker room, they want you to be seen and not heard. Jazz has never been that guy. That's just his personality. So maybe he rubbed a lot of the veterans the wrong way. Now that these young guys are coming into the locker room, they almost look up to him so that he doesn't have that same type, of interaction with other players on the team. And so that's why I think it has nothing to do with Jazz. It has nothing to do with the other players. It's just that young player going in locker room, the older guys, the old heads want that guy to be seen and not heard, and maybe not as boisterous as Jazz has and always will be.
Yeah, I agree. It's a total generational thing because there are fewer guys that are seen and not heard in today's game, and that's just the way it is. And as I said, it's a generational thing. I can recall the first time I was called up to the Dodgers, and I sat there and didn't say a peep because I didn't want to, because that's the way I was taught, and that's the way it was back then. You, as the old saying goes, you spoke when you were spoken to. Yep. And it's different now. And so hopefully, again, if all of this works for Jazz and he stays healthy, then so be it. It'll be a better clubhouse and he'll have a good year.
We were talking to Peter Bendix last week, Tommy, and a very interesting dude. Excited to see what he brings to the organization. But he seems to think like Tim Anderson still has something in the tank. What if they get, the guy that he was a couple of years ago? What does that change for this team and their outlook for the year?
Well, it's tremendous. I mean, it was a topic of conversation all off season. Who's going to play shortstop? And for a long time, John Birdie was the guy. But John Birdie is best suited coming in and playing all different positions and getting his 300 or 400 at bats. But to have a guy, a former batting champ, a guy who prior to last year had 4 consecutive seasons hitting over 300. He's a solid shortstop. He's not great. He's not bad, but his hitting ability is tremendous. He doesn't walk much. Between Arise and Tim Anderson, 2 guys up the middle, by the way. You talk about a shortstop second base combo who I think are going to put together a ton of base hits this year. Neither one walks a whole lot. So they go up there, swing the bat, and I think Tim Anderson has something to prove for himself personally because of the disappointing season he had last year. So I think he's going to be solid. I'm actually interested to see where Skip Schumacher hits him in the lineup. He hadn't really said. He might hit him second. He might hit him more down 5th or 6th. Is
that like that? You can't have those 2 guys hitting near each other, right?
Well, that's why I think that, because if you'd love to have those 2 guys first and second. If one of them walked a little bit more, but because they're both such free swingers, you probably want to split them up. So I would guess he'll probably he did it a few times in spring training. He had Josh Bell hitting in the number 2 spot. So we'll see what he does for opening day.
Tommy Hutton, you guys can hear him this season on Bally Sports Florida with Paul Severino. Whole crew there do a fantastic job. Tommy, we can't wait for the year, man. Thank you so much for the time.
Thanks, Tommy. No quibbling today.
No quibbling today, man.
No. You guys are starting to learn the game a little bit. So we hey, always good to talk to you guys.